Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Legacy of the Rimlen, post our very first major milestone edition with some very important changes to some characters. Last time a bunch of stuff happened, as it always does, more than usual, I guess. Before we get into that, as usual, let's have our players introduce themselves and their characters. The dice say that we will be going in reverse alphabetical order. So that means that Show&Tell should go ahead first and introduce herself and her character, and I would also ask her and all our other players to briefly explain what changed with their characters given that you all reached a major milestone. Please go ahead, Show&Tell. Show&Tell?
Sorry, I forgot how it works. Hi, I'm Show&Tell, and I will be playing as Anghel, who is a mute peasant boy and not so good at hearing anymore. And also, he has an added first forceful to him, so he has like 6. Because he doesn't know, like, I don't know what he is without his forceful.
Fair enough. Thank you very much, Show&Tell. Next, then we would have Dely. Could you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what's new with your character?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. I'm Dely. As usual, I'm playing as Muninn, the traveling scholar from Brightland. They narratively have gone through quite a bit, as per the last session. But as far as changes to their character sheet and everything, I feel like I really milked it this time. So there's I added a +1 to their quick approach, turning it from a 3 to a 4. I changed the wording on the high concepts to include the fact that not Dely, Muninn is the Oracle of Acesius now. Because I feel like that's the most important thing going for them at the moment.
Okay, she certainly thinks so.
Yeah. So with this level up, we get a new fate point, or an additional fate point rather. I've decided to stick to the 1 fate point lifestyle, and I've like immediately spent that fate point to add a new stunt called Divine Intervention. Which just means once per game I can go God mode. I think it's like once per game I can be like invulnerable to an attack, basically. Yeah, that's right. And finally, after all of that, I just reworded one of my old stunts. So it used to be called the Raven, and now it's called Blinding Light. Before, I would be able to strike through someone's defenses with my Raven-like appearance. Now it's more of a I can lend some power or some magic from the god of the sun, which is obviously Acesius, and I can temporarily blind someone to strike through their defenses. So the mechanics are the same, but the like logistics of it are different, if that makes sense.
Also, it may have like narrative implications. Like, I don't know, someone suddenly vanishing that you had before is different than a big beam of sunlight suddenly appears, I guess.
I suppose that's true. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I can't really use this outside of like a combat context as well now, which isn't that bad. It's just like I noticed it as well earlier. But yeah.
I will say, just in case, I just thought of this, but I will say I think your ability will be able to work indoors or at night, so I don't think you need to worry about that. Just because of your wording, you lend power from Acesius, not like the sun itself, if that makes sense. So in the absence of the sun, I don't know, will like make you glow bright or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds cool.
Thank you very much, Dely. And then, of course, we would have Ashen. Could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Hello, this is Ash, but slow edition. I just had a legendary nap and I'm on a different planet. But I'm still playing Illona, and she's sneakier than ever. She has like a 7 sneaky now. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, she does. and I am interested to see how it goes too. Thank you very, very much, Ashen. So, last time, finally, the much talked about dragon has arrived. I think we've like hyping the dragon up since like session 30 or something, and we're like at 90. I think this is session 90. Anyway, it finally arrived and wrecked house, and you guys weren't really there to fight it directly, to see it wreck house. As the dragon arrived, Muninn looked around, saw Ophelia leaving with her company. Likely she was forewarned. And while you guys were debating what to do, Always Thirsty and Anghel's horse tried to make Anghel fight. Anghel was not having it, because he just got the shit kicked out of him in order to make him vomit up poison. So that's always good for the body, you know. And as earthquakes, landslides, and fire and brimstone and floods happened, Muninn finally made their choice and decided to become the Oracle of Acacius in order to escape the fate of becoming Good Eye, which I'm not sure was the wisest decision, but there we have it. And as soon as they did, the dragon lost track of Muninn and just began rampaging wildly. Anghel's fear disillusioned Always Thirsty and the horse. The horse kicked Anghel off of him, and nevertheless the party then fled into the forest with Muninn carrying Anghel. Landslides continued happening. Illona escaped easy peasy, of course she did. Muninn only escaped after spraining their ankle, and Acacius refused to heal Muninn, because there's no point in that from Acacius' point of view. And just as the group was catching their breath, the sword fairy reappeared again, encouraged, hey, let's go get the sword to strike down the dragon, or just to get the sword in general. Illona killed her. As Illona smushed her, the fairy let out almost like a reptilian groan of pain, and all that was left of her was some black ichor, almost certainly indicating that this was an evil fairy, not a good one. Either way, the party then decided to reunite with Ophelia. Muninn revealed that they're the Oracle, but Acacius instructed them that they can only speak of the positives of that, so Illona at least was impressed, I guess. You guys saw the dragon fly away at frankly blinding speeds, and as you guys were going, you reached the tomb that the sword fairy was talking about, but decided not to investigate, since Acacius warned you that if you do, you will disturb the dead, cause like a minor disaster, but also potentially find out some useful information regarding your main quest, but nevertheless you declined. Either way, the group then reunited with Ophelia and her group. Ophelia was not surprised to see you guys showed up. Hakim started screaming in panic, not because of you, but because of the dragon. The party then had a rest and some lunch, except Anghel, the lunch part at least for Anghel. Muninn decided to go take a bath to, I forgot to mention the recap, becoming Acacius' oracle means Muninn constantly smells of rot mixed with very strong wine, which is not pleasant, and the water of the river did not assuage that smell in any way, shape, or form. After Muninn returned and Anghel woke up, Rimlen invited Anghel to also go clean themselves up in the river, which was just an excuse by Rimlen to have a private conversation with Anghel. First and foremost, Rimlen asked Anghel what Muninn meant when they said that they were talking to God, and Anghel informed Rimlen that it's a being that calls itself a god, which definitely worried Rimlen. Rimlen also then revealed that Ophelia insisted while in the tavern that the group leaves quickly, and is suspicious that she was forewarned of the dragon coming, believes that Ophelia's source of information is somehow related to, quote, that damn cartographer, and also asked Anghel, hey, is Illona like the infamous Illona of Tivia? And detailed that it was basically an old rumor in the Emperor's City, which is the capital of the Caramel Empire. Illona was almost caught at one point in the Emperor's city but somehow escaped. Rimbob knows something else but isn't revealing it, because it concerns apparently secrets that he has been ordered to keep. And Anghel deduces that Rimbob isn't necessarily worried about Illona herself, but rather about Illona popping up in a similar context to what was happening in the Emperor's city, or maybe something that Illona did, but Anghel's not entirely sure because there's only so much that one can deduce from body language. But nevertheless, Anghel gave Rimbob a suitable non-answer. And as the two of them were bathing, Eurymedon briefly threatened Anghel, as usual, told Anghel, hey, I'm gonna kill your friends and make you suffer and cry and all that, as he usually does, but let Anghel go otherwise. And then Anghel and Rimbob returned to the group. I briefly mentioned this last time, but Muninn, you are not aware of the conversation. Acacius has decided not to tell you. But that's more or less when you guys, let's say, reunite and we begin the session. As I go to turn on the background music, should we start the session with Rimbob and Anghel returning to the rest of the group? What say you?
Sure.
Yeah. I guess.
Sure. I leave the scene more or less up to you. For context for the NPCs, Ophelia and Hakim are resting not in their carriage, but on the steps, because it's probably hotter inside the carriage. The cartographer is almost certainly inside the carriage. And Rimbob walks in with Anghel as if nothing happened, like they weren't just missing. Always Thirsty and the horse were napping, so that's why they were not with Anghel when Anghel went to bathe. So what happens?
Good question.
Were they? I'm sorry. Were they eating before? Right? We said that.
First, the group except Anghel ate. Anghel did not eat at that point because Anghel passed out.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, is there still food or is it all over? Like,
there is still food, as far as you're aware, but it's not like out. It's like in Ophelia's carriage, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I feel like I might have some bread. Or Muninn, sorry, might have some bread. If, like, does Anghel look hungry?
I mean, I don't know what he looks like.
Okay.
He's hungry though.
Wet, washed. I don't know, Show&Tell, if Anghel washed his clothes, but he himself is washed.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess. Do they usually wash their clothes when they?
I mean, maybe like once a year.
So maybe not. I don't.
Yeah. I guess, if Anghel is approaching the group with, sorry, 1 second. If Anghel's approaching the group, sorry, background noise. With Rimbob, like maybe Muninn would like, so let's say if they had like a bit of bread in their bag or something, I feel like Muninn might offer it to Anghel anyway, like a bit, because like you know, throwing up
Not
is gonna
pleasant, yeah.
yeah, it's gonna leave you hungry.
Okay, so Anghel, I think his first reaction is to kind of sniff and to kind of like flinch from the smell, basically.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I don't think Muninn realizes why Anghel's flinching, so they would assume like, and they would say like, "Oh, don't worry, it's safe."
I mean, that's also a good point. Like,
we've all eaten it, says Rimbob, to like confirm Moninn's words.
So Anghel kind of looks at the bread And I mean, he hesitates, but he's very hungry, so I guess he does take it eventually.
Muninn would be very pleased at this.
But he doesn't eat it next to Muninn. He can't.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I think Muninn would nod again because Muninn's like happy that Anghel is eating. So Muninn would nod and be like, don't eat that too quickly. You know, you'll end up throwing it up again.
I don't know how much Anghel takes that to heart, but because he's like starving. But
Yeah.
Good bread, and because it came from Ophelia, not from you guys, it's white bread, which is a very rare luxury.
damn, it's good. I think he scarfs it down then.
That's some good shit.
Hmm?
Actually, no, don't worry. What is Illona doing?
I was about to ask the same thing.
Yeah.
What was the last thing Illona was doing?
Probably went to take a nap.
Damn,
We
probably napping. Wow.
we
Yeah.
I forgot to mention this, Ashen, but we role-played Illona as being in favor of taking a rest.
Oh yeah, I go for Illona votes as well. Then I'm probably napping, like dreaming. Not nightmares, but like stressful dreams about dragons and stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was a horrifying experience, definitely.
What time is it right now?
Afternoon.
Afternoon. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. So we're napping and stuff like in the afternoon.
As you do.
Totes.
Fair
I
enough.
can't relate to that. Never did that.
Yeah.
Really?
That's exactly what I did today. But no, never did it.
Never.
Okay.
Never. I feel like Muninn might give Rebob like a look. Like a look. Whoa. Why are you laughing?
What's
You know-
happening?
You know, on the map, when you zoom in, and it says like GM Fate Pool, it was zoomed in, so it's just a GM Fate Pool.
Okay.
Go on.
Brilliant. A fate of poo. I was gonna say Muninn might look at Rebob to say like, in a way that is like, you know, where did you? Because did Muninn like? Would Muninn had noticed?
Rebob like made sure to ask Anghel, hey, wanna go like wash? Like made sure to do that in full view of everyone.
Okay. So Muninn might look at Rebob in a way that is like, oh, you know, what did you like? Did you say anything crazy to Anghel? Like Muninn would give Anghel, not Anghel, sorry. Muninn would give Rebob a look, I think.
That's Rebob's sneaky roll.
Oh, could I?
You may oppose it with careful if you'd like.
Yes. Could I use my sharp eyes to oppose it as well? Would it be a body language thing? Do you think?
I think yeah.
Okay. I didn't need it, so I've got an 8.
Okay, you succeeded with style. By the way, Rebob intentionally avoids looking at you. Like you've traveled far, like long enough with him to like tell like his subtle tics. You're almost certain that he talked about you and probably some other sensitive stuff with Anghel while the two of them were away.
Oh, okay.
That
is good to know.
You succeeded with style, so I have to tell you.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's good to know. I don't know if Muninn would really. I feel like Muninn might give Rebob a look to Actually, no, I don't even know Muninn would do that. I was gonna say Muninn might give Rebob a look to be like, oh, I know you're looking suspicious, but Muninn, I think, is gonna hold their cards close to the chest at the moment. I think, if you know what I'm saying, like, yeah,
Sure. I think Illona is still asleep, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Okay. Then Moon and you and Anghel obviously would see Rebob go to Ophelia, and they seem to be talking about something.
Ooh, okay.
Above board, I'm making something up on the go because there was something that I want to happen, but only when Show&Tell is here.
Okay. I can't remember if this is the case or not. I feel like it must be, right? But can we roll for advantages outside of combat?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah. Okay, I thought so.
It's just that it might not apply forever. Like if you leave the scene, it definitely will not apply. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. While Show&Tell is BRB, I'm just thinking of how I can do it though without it being. Although my sneaky isn't as bad as it used to be. Could I roll for an advantage to try and listen? Like, so later on, I could listen into the conversation that Rebob and Ophelia is having, like without them noticing quite as much. So, like, I guess narratively, maybe Muninn would like approach them a little bit, but outside of their peripheral vision, right?
Okay, yeah, sure. That makes sense. Doing the prep work too, listening in. Give me a sneaky. The difficulty will be, should it be Ophelia's careful or Rebob's careful? They're both pretty high. You pick one, Deli, because you don't know which one's higher.
Probably Ophelia's, because I have a feeling that Rebob would have his back to me, right?
Yeah, you're right. So
I may have
a 6 is the difficulty that you need to beat.
Okay, I may have shot myself in the foot. I feel like Ophelia's careful is really, really high. I got a 4, so not quite enough.
Yeah, for narrative's sake, Ophelia and Rebob continue having their conversation, and as you try to like seamlessly sneak your way around, and like you occasionally check to see, oh, are they watching me? You see Ophelia watching your every move, still carrying on her conversation with Rebob like nothing's happening, but she's clearly very, very aware of you.
Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, in that case, I feel like Muninn would probably plot themselves like next to because the jig is up. Like they might listen in later, obviously, but for now, like I feel like maybe Muninn would like. I was gonna say sit next to like Illona or whatever, but like, or maybe Anghel even. Maybe Muninn would like hover around Anghel. So they're kind of retreating in a way.
I imagine Anghel, obviously, while Show&Tell's away, we're gonna parrot Anghel a bit as we do with Illona. I imagine Anghel, if Muninn approaches, would step away from them just because Anghel's eating and they've indicated that they can't eat while smelling Muninn.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. That's probably a comedic scene somewhere where it's like Muninn goes to walk up to Anghel, but then Anghel like audibly, you know, when you sniff and you like audibly that you're like ugh. And then Muninn would like walk away again. They're like, oh yeah, I forgot.
I think Anghel will give you a side eye because I don't think he's very good at keeping his emotions to himself.
Yeah, that's fair enough. other than that, like I feel like, is there like a, I don't know. To be honest, I'm tempted to wake Illona up.
I, the DM, am also tempted to wake Illona up just so that we can have content until Show&Tell returns.
Can totally do that. I'm fine with that.
Okay. Maybe Muninn would okay, so what happens narratively then? Muninn goes to chill out with Anghel, but then Anghel puts them off, or maybe Muninn puts Anghel off or whatever, and then they like Muninn would go to sit down next to Illona, and then obviously like if Ashen, you want that to be like, oh, Muninn is so clumsy that they wake Illona up or something.
Well, also, again, Muninn has a very, very strong smell. Oh, welcome back, Show&Tell. Muninn has a very, very strong smell. Like, it disturbed Anghel's sleep. Yeah.
That's valid. Illona wakes up from the stinky.
I'm so stinky. I feel like Muninn would say like, "Oh, I didn't intend to wake you. I apologize."
A little bit like covering her nose and mouth, like it's fine, it's okay. What time is it?
right. Probably 2 minutes or 5 minutes after you fell asleep, so not much time has passed.
I think Illona went to sleep much earlier, but yeah.
Oh, did she? Oh, okay.
Feel free to lie to her if you want.
No, it's okay. I feel like Muninn would still say something like, "Oh, not much time has passed" or something.
I was like, "Oh Jesus, I had some really stressful dreams about dragons, but yeah, kind of happy you woke me up."
And at the end, the dragon started smelling of rotten wine.
Oh, the worst part.
Yeah. I need some like antiperspirant or something.
Old Spice.
Yeah. I feel like Muninn would say something like, "Oh, it's okay. Like, I don't blame you for being like the dealing with a dragon was not something I was looking forward to either. So, if anything, I think it's a good thing that, well, I mean, good for us, maybe not good for the village."
Yeah. By the way, how are you feeling? Do you feel any more different to when you first became the Oracle or Arcesius?
Again, Deli, Arcesius has instructed you to only speak about the positives. At least for now.
Yeah. Muninn would say, I feel great.
Can I roll like a careful or something to analyze if there's like an undertone or something that's not being said?
Again, it's player and player. You guys decide if you want that information out or if you want to resort to rolls or not. If you want to roll, sure, but entirely up to you.
All right.
I don't mind. I feel like, I mean, feel free, obviously, Teeironor, feel free to disagree. But I have this idea of like, because didn't Muninn speak to like the previous oracle or like or whatever, and she? You
did not speak to any previous oracle, no.
Oh.
If you're talking about Anya Veros, she is or not and was not an oracle.
Okay, but she seemed like she was holding back information because she couldn't speak.
Yeah.
Like physically, right?
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, feel free to disagree. I feel like Muninn may have a hint, like a tiny hint of like, that whole thing where it's like, like, oh, they say, oh yeah, I feel amazing, but there's like a little bit of like, oh, maybe they started a bit, you know?
My only caveat is, of course, you guys can decide. Oh yeah, Illona and Anghel pick up on that. No worries, fine by me. As to whether NPCs can pick up on that, that will be up to rolls. Okay.
Okay. That's cool.
Okay. So what happens?
Okay. So when Illona asked that, Muninn would like take a deep breath, or like Muninn wouldn't reply straight away, and they would say, I feel the same as I did earlier. I feel way more. I feel awake.
Illona would like nod and be like, I think she would definitely pick up on the like little stuttering or anything that indicated not totally true, and she'd be like, yeah, well, I'm happy for that.
Excuse me. So that wasn't Muninn starting that time. Muninn would nod and they would say like, I'm happy too. I feel like this is what I've been searching for for as long as I can remember. Since I was young, I've wanted to, since I was young, I've wanted to be the smartest person in the room. And I mean, not to sound arrogant, but I certainly know a lot more than I did this morning.
Okay, Illona would probably grin at that and say tell me something I don't know.
I'm saying because I can't remember if we talked about it last session. I think we did.
If you want to ask, hey, Cassius, tell me something that Illona doesn't know, we can do that, sure. But go ahead and voice your question.
Okay. Did Muninn tell Illona about Eloise last session?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good. In that case, yeah. What would Muninn be able to learn or tell Illona in that case? Do you think?
Cassius does not want to how should I say it? Give out too much information to Illona yet, because he wants Illona to continue sticking with you and Anghel, at least for now. So he's not gonna tell you and then you tell Illona precise coordinates, because he doesn't want Illona to just say, okay, then I'm off, bye-bye, TTYO and all that. So okay. I need to think of a suitably vague answer. Go ahead.
Could it be, I was going to say, could it be anything? It doesn't have to be related to Eloise, right? Because,
I guess Ashen did not say, hey, tell me about Eloise. She just said, tell me something I don't know. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Something that Ashen wouldn't know, well, Illona wouldn't know, and yet would still find, I guess, interesting. Oh yeah, here's something. Actually, that's the opposite. Something Illona does know. So let me rephrase it a little bit. Cassius says, tell Illona that the two of us know what Nyctelios' request for you will be. Because
okay.
Illona knows that basically Nyctelios is gonna impose an ultimatum on her later, but Anghel and Muninn don't know that and have no way of knowing that, because that conversation happened inside Illona's mind.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. Without sounding lazy, Muninn would relay that information. I feel like Muninn would just say oh, I know you had Nyctelios has something in mind for you, and we know Cassius and I know what it is.
Illona would lay back down and kind of cover her eyes with her hand, like, oh man, I really don't want to be reminded about that. At some point, I gotta do it though.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I feel like Muninn would go to say like what it is and then stop, right? Like, because I assume Cassius doesn't want Muninn to say what it is.
Yeah, Cassius does not want Muninn to say what it is, but Cassius does want to give like Illona a bit of a hint to like better represent your newfound insight. So he would tell you, beware, like tell you to tell Illona, beware of the upcoming grand wedding that you all are heading to, and any gifts you might be asked to give out to the whatchamacallit. How do you call the two people who are getting married at a wedding? Newlyweds, I guess. Sure.
Yeah. Newlyweds. Okay, Muninn would relay that information. They would say like, "Oh, be careful." All I can say is be careful of any kind of presents that we may be giving out to the newlyweds. I wouldn't trust what's in them. I can't say what it is, but I wouldn't trust what's in them.
Illona would like have a really thoughtful and concerned look on her face, and just say, and like kind of sink into thought and like, what could that be?
Yeah.
Not like you have a choice, says a shrill voice coming from behind Illona that everyone recognizes as the chicken.
Yeah.
No, the chicken!
He's back.
So Cassius knows, does he? Asks the chicken.
I guess he knows all things.
He didn't know about what the mistress was planning all those years ago, did he? Bet you don't know about that either,
Ooh.
No, Muninn would keep their mouth shut. And then say,
But don't you worry, little fugitive noblewoman girl person you thing. The mistress will come to collect one way or another. Don't you worry your pretty little head about it.
No, but like still covering her eyes with one hand and just like giving the chicken a thumbs up.
yeah.
She gets it. She gets it. The chicken says, misinterpreting your thumbs up. I think the chicken would step back behind Illona and would thus vanish, like as a sort of magician's trick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate that thing, Muninn would say.
Yeah, I don't get used to it either.
By the way, Deli, remember how you sort of feel almost slightly connected to Cassius, and sort of whatever he feels, you also feel to a lesser extent. When the chicken showed up, you felt uneasy, very, very uneasy, as an additional emotion other than what you were already feeling.
That makes sense. I feel like the chicken makes Muninn feel slightly uneasy as it is, so that makes sense. I feel Muninn might ask Illona, like, would you ever like? Muninn might ask Illona, like, I bet you can't wait to get out of whatever bargain you've made or whatever that like keeps bringing that chicken like back to us.
Wait, what?
Like, okay, it didn't make sense. Muninn would say like, oh, I can't wait to get rid of that chicken. Basically, like, whatever bargain you have, like, that keeps bringing that chicken back. Like, I can't wait for that to be over.
Cassius fully agrees with you.
Yeah.
And Illona too. Like, tell me about it.
Yeah. Look, I will. Muninn would say to Illona, or rather offer Illona, look, if you, I apologize to that I wake you up. If you want to go back to, if you want to sleep, like I will sort of keep my distance.
And I think before Illona would reply, another person would come to interrupt Illona's rest, funnily enough. But also Illona and Anghel's rest at that on that note, as if you guys remember Aurelia, she owed you guys a reply, and she's reaching out to you at the moment. And you hear, Show&Tell, are you with us?
Yes.
Yeah, Anghel and Illona, you two hear in your minds, "Can you hear me, children?" You hear Aurelia's familiar voice. Just as Muninn says, "Well, I'll let you go back to sleep if you want."
Yeah.
Muninn, Acacius will tell you that Illona's receiving a message from Aurelia. Don't interfere.
Moon would nod and then walk away.
Ashen? Like, did you hear what I said?
Sorry, no.
Aurelia,
Completely zoned out.
Aurelia contacts you and Anghel, asks, "Hey, are you there, children?" Basically.
Yes.
Okay. Aurelia says, "After much deliberation and advice from a friend, I acquiesce to your requests rather. We will be at the town to the north and west when needed, and we will watch the roads for those messengers."
Oh yeah. That's
Damn.
good. That's good news.
Was it? I can't remember anymore.
Yeah.
Um.
There was a messenger that we.
Yeah, I remember that, but I don't remember what he was supposed to. We did it for Ophelia, right?
For
Yeah.
Ophelia, she basically said, if you don't stop this messenger, say goodbye to meeting the prince to rescue Angel's sister.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So. Yeah. I don't know if Anghel says awesome in his mind, but he is excited.
You, the boy, you sound unwell. Are you well?
Am I well? I've been better.
Is there anything else we may do to help?
I don't think so.
Girl? Meaning Illona. She's over 1,000 years older than you. She's allowed to call you girl.
Okay. Don't call me girl. No, it's fine. Illona would just. I think. I'd be so happy if you could just protect us. I think we'll need it.
Imminently, you mean, or just in general?
Just in general.
Well, according to my friend, we will be at the city in about a week or so. So she gives off this feeling as if she's listening to someone else speak that's outside of this telephone conversation.
Huh.
And then says, "If you stay where you are and apparently move south, we in about 4 or so days we will reach you."
Illona would say, wait, Anghel hears this too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then Illona would give Anghel a look to should we catch up with them?
Yeah, I don't know. Is this a good idea? I mean, I think so.
Above board, it means the orb will get further away. It means Ophelia will be mad and not help you. It means a lot of things that...
Oh, no. Right. She wants us to wait for 4 days.
She's basically like slightly misinterpreting, I guess, Illona's request and saying, well, okay, if you want me to come get you, it'll take me like 4 days to get where you are.
Okay. No, there's no need, I think Anghel says. Yeah.
Illona kind of pouts and be like, okay. Okay.
All right.
We'll be long gone from here by then or something. I don't know. Yes.
Well, I trust that you will take care of yourselves. Stay safe then, and if there's any need, you are aware of how to contact me.
Yes.
Has
Thank you.
the barbarian been causing you trouble? Meaning Muninn.
No.
Anghel doesn't answer.
All right. Well, take care then. And unless there's anything else, the little telephone chat would cut off.
All right.
Is there, anything else?
Illona would say, you too?
No.
Okie dokie. So, as the conversation ends, Muninn, you are told by Akesius their conversation is over.
Muninn would thank...
You don't need to ask them what they talked about. It would make you look silly, and Akesius would more or less relay what the conversation was about.
Okay, that's useful.
So that you look smarter, and yeah, he looks smarter by association.
Okay, that's useful. Muninn would thank Cassius in their mind. Actually no, it would have to be genuinely, obviously. But even without Cassius's influence, it would be genuinely, I think.
It better be.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I feel like Muninn wouldn't walk over to talk about it just yet. I feel like, because it sounded like the decision was made anyway, right? Like we're gonna keep carrying on or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
With Ophelia.
Mm-hmm. Akesius would also want you to do that.
Yeah. If I feel like if that wasn't the case, I feel like Muninn would walk over and just be like, we've got an orb to get. You realize that, right?
Mm.
But I feel like if now's a good time, I feel like while this was all happening, like maybe Muninn would have, or maybe now that the conversation is over, or the phone call is over, if it's a good time, maybe Muninn would walk over to Ophelia and Rebob again, maybe?
To try to spy on them? Sure. Are you directly trying to spy on their conversation, so it will be like a sneaky versus a careful, or?
I feel like yes, although I hate my sneaky approach. But yes, I feel.
Okay. Then give me your sneaky owl pose.
Okay. It's not going to be good enough.
Close.
So close. Do I? No. I really want to use my fate point, but I don't want to be without a fate point. That is the lifestyle that I have chosen. Could I use could I use my fate point to add a +2? And then please, can you, one of you guys, like, what's the word?
You also have your guessing game advantage if you want to use that.
I would like to. I just didn't know how it would be.
The guessing game, similar to birthday inspirations, can be used whenever.
Oh, of course. Yeah, in that case, I would like to use that to +2, please.
Mm-hmm. For the viewers, I think I mentioned this before, but basically, offline, we play a little quiz game, and whoever gets, let's say, the correct answer, I give a free in-game advantage too. So, with a 7 to Ophelia's 6. You mosey your way behind a tree or something and listen in as as Rebob asks Ophelia, do you think we might have to kill him, milady? Ophelia says, not out of the question, but, well, how are you with... Are you still good enough to repeat the business with Ibrahim Pasha? And Rebob says, my lady, it's... What business? I would ask. Oh, don't play coy, Rebob. Yes, I'm down to... Not down. I'm perfectly capable of killing someone without suspicion being risen. Then, dear Rebob, yes, it may come to that. I dearly hope it will not, but... Well, might very well be necessary. Rebob says, well, but feel free to interrupt me at any point.
Okay, I'm listening intently. I'm also listening for someone else in the group. In nudge.
Rebob says, well, I imagine he will arrive in St. Paris late, milady. Of course he will. He will want to see the results of his trap sprung before. Let's just hope these fools have found a way to intercept the messenger.
Could I ask Akesius? I feel like I know who they're talking about, but the person, or maybe could I like roll a clever or something or whatever? The person who's sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, the person who's springing a trap. Like, could I? Like, who are they talking about in particular?
Sure, give me clever or careful. It will not require a learned mind.
That's fine. I'll go with clever. There we are.
Yeah, they're probably talking about that one political rival of Ophelia's that you guys came across and Ophelia told you don't talk to this person.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. I think that makes sense.
And you remember from the vision you saw at Wood Solitude, the one guy who knows that the prince sort of kind of betrayed the Empire. You know how it is.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
And Ophelia is almost certainly talking about him. So this is basically Ophelia and Rebob making a backup plan in case the whole messenger interception thing doesn't work or whatever else to, hey, can you just kill this fellow?
Okay, that makes sense.
And apparently Rebob's done some similar things before.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me, funny enough. Like, I feel like Rebob is such a Mike Urban trout, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I get the dirty job's done, you know?
He is very much a spy, I guess now an assassin as well, so yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike Hakim, who's just a thug. But you know, even thugs are useful. After Ophelia gets her little her confirmation from Rebob's, she'll say, well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. And, well, I think there might be some trouble in the next town up ahead. But I don't remember the name off the top of my head. That's my bad. But she'll say, maybe my uncle will be there if we move fast enough. And Rebob says, you seem unusually certain, milady. How so? I mean, no offense, it's just how can you know? Well, is this not the road to Saint Paris, dear Rebob? Of course, milady, I apologize.
I feel like Muninn may have heard enough. I really want to confront Ophelia, but I feel like now may not be the best time. because
Horsemen's, that's the name of the little town. Horsemen's.
okay. I guess Muninn would make a mental note. I have a mental note to do this anyway, but maybe Muninn would make another mental note to maybe confront Ophelia later on. Like at the moment, maybe Muninn's more concerned about catching up with the Nikephoros Sahos and like getting the ore back and everything. So Muninn would stop listening basically, and like maybe not rejoin the group and everything, but like maybe rejoin them. Like, what's the word? Like go off and do their own thing, basically.
Sure. But as you move away, I think you would see Ophelia and Rebob, like after conversing briefly, they would start getting up and Ophelia would announce to the entire group, Are we ready to set out? It's getting quite late. Show&Tell, Ashen, are you guys with us?
Yeah, I just didn't hear what you just said. Sorry.
Ophelia asked...
Like, it just kind of, I don't know, jumped or something.
Yeah, it was cutting out a bit, yeah.
Sorry, Ophelia basically asked, are we all ready to move out?
Muninn would nod.
I guess, yeah. How much bread was it, by the way? Just wondering.
Muninn handed it, right? Then up to Dely.
I would. Yes. Depending on. Sorry. Oh, no.
Yeah, you're really, really cutting out. I don't know what's going on.
Who's cutting out? Who's cutting out?
You are.
Ah, lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. Well, I can hear you guys just fine. Can you hear me?
Now, yes.
We can now, yeah.
I guess my internet hiccuped or something. I basically said Muninn handed over the bread to Anghel, so Muninn decides how much bread there was. I heard everything you guys said, so no need to worry about repeating yourselves.
Okay. So, Muninn would have given like Anghel like half of whatever bread they had. So like if they had like half of a loaf, maybe Anghel would have had like a quarter or something.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So like probably not a lot, but probably a lot. It just depends how much Muninn had at the time, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like maybe it doesn't feel like a lot to Anghel anyway. So, like, he's still hungry, basically, but okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I feel like a bit of bread isn't enough, is it, really?
Well,
yeah, also he ate it fast, so it was just gone in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Well, asks Ophelia, because she did ask, are we ready to move out?
Oh, wait, we don't have horses? We were just walking? What are we doing?
Yeah, we've had this conversation before, like last session. Ophelia said, yeah, you're going to walk. Of course, I'm not going to let you in my carriage.
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot. Okay. Or maybe I tried to suppress it.
You're the only one, because you do have a horse, though, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
just that.
Yeah, we're not on speaking terms right now.
Oh, you and the horse, really? Do you know what? That's true. Yeah, it's coming back to me. Obviously, Ashen or rather, Illona and Muninn's horses are in a better place now too. So.
So I guess we're walking then.
Yeah. Muninn would be ready to walk with their makeshift walking stick, which is like using an RPG as a back scratcher, I guess.
Sure.
What? An RPG?
Yeah,
Like,
like
oh,
you-
your
like a
what's it
bazooka.
called?
Like a bazooka, basically.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You meant like your
The
the
spear.
spear.
the spear, yeah.
Yeah,
Now I
yeah.
get it. Now I get it.
I mean, at the very least, the spear somewhat fits closer to a staff, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Anghel is there like some kind of branch somewhere nearby? Maybe Anghel will actually.
You're near a
try to-
forest, of course. There are branches.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's a little weird because I think Anghel is a little like, I guess, shook by his own weakness, kind of. But yeah, maybe he realizes after a few steps that he can't really, that he needs all the help he can get.
Yeah.
Always Thirsty and the horse wake up and go to their usual posts of following Anghel around.
Anghel ignores them.
Sure, if you don't talk to them, they won't talk to you.
Look at the petty kid he is. Okay.
I would imagine that Illona would also make preparations to leave. I don't see a reason why she would not. That arrives
Yeah.
with one?
I guess. Yeah, it's all right with me.
Okay. So, as you guys set out on the road, you approach the ruins of the village of River Tree, and now that like you're past the little cove, I don't know what would be the best word. Basically, now that you're past the little hill that you were sheltering behind, and you see the full devastation of the dragon, it's very, very apparent what a force of nature Anghel has to, I guess, eventually slay. Or at least will be constantly reminded for the rest of his life that he needs to slay, if nothing else. As you see, not just the damage from the fire, and you would expect there to still be fires going, but most of them have burnt out, probably indicating just how hot they were, that they basically incinerated what they burned almost instantly.
That makes sense.
Damn. Anghel
Yeah.
kind of wants to throw up again.
Again.
But I think he holds it in. But he feels sick.
Yeah, it is a sight, to be fair, to behold.
Yeah, and
good
to
one.
think that he has to face this. But okay.
Yes.
The Prince Charming inside of you feels slightly remorseful that this one time you weren't strong enough to challenge the dragon, but maybe next time.
Yeah, he definitely feels remorseful, but I think there's like a conflict there between one actually wanting to face this thing a little bit.
Yeah,
But sure.
I can imagine.
And again, not just the ashes from the fires. You see the river, the results of the river flooding. Now, much of the water has receded, but there's definitely signs of water damage all throughout the northern part of the village, while the southern part is heavily swallowed up by rocks from the landslide. As you walk / ride through these ruins, you do not see any survivors.
Oh, that's it's not good. I feel like Muninn might look to Anghel to see how he's taking this in particular.
Yeah, it's bad. Like I think it's like the kind of knowledge that he has to stop this from happening again, kind of. That he
Yeah.
wants to like do that, but also like he has this fear or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a mix.
I did have that in mind, funny enough. So it's interesting that you'd say that. Like the whole idea of like, oh, we need to stop this from happening again. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
As you go through the ruins, you hear what sounds like a high-pitched voice crying, like that of a child or like a very young woman or something like that.
My goodness.
Actually, two voices, my bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two young voices or
Or?
Yeah. Or, I don't know, one
Yeah.
young voice and one,
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Yep, that's more or less what I meant, yeah.
Okay. Could I look around with my good eyes to see good eye. If
Not anymore, but sure.
yeah. But yeah, could I look around to see if I can
yeah,
okay.
of course you can.
Okay. Oh, not good. Really not good eye.
Well, with your you still have your stunt about your eyes?
Yeah, I do, yeah. So 3, I guess.
It's not a difficult roll. I would have told you more information with a better roll, but with a 3, I can tell you that the crying is coming like right behind a building, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. I feel like Muninn would be a bit apprehensive.
A ruined building, obviously.
Yeah. Is I assume Ophelia's like heart and that like is
She's inside
like
her little carriage.
Yeah. So they're not even like
Yeah.
I mean I'm assuming, but they're not even like gonna stop or nothing.
Welcome back, Ashen. What you missed is the group departed. Ophelia and Rebob talked about killing someone, as they do. And you guys at the moment are hearing 2 young voices crying from behind a building in the ruins of the village.
All right.
Yeah.
Can Anghel also roll careful?
Of course you may.
Yeah,
Wow.
no,
You think, I don't know, with that, them crying flashes you back to your sister crying when she was taken away, I guess.
Oh, God.
Great. Basically, you're too distracted to figure out where the crying is coming from.
Yeah.
Oh,
well.
Illona, like, do you hear that? Muninn would say.
Illona would look like very concerned. I'm like, yeah, I hear it. Should we go check it out?
It's close. It does not require a major detour, just behind a building.
I feel like Muninn would be up for looking. Muninn would say, like, I feel like we should check to make sure. We should probably be quick about it because I mean they're not in any. They don't look like they're gonna stop anytime soon, and Muninn would like point to Ophelia's carriage.
Illona would. Wait, I don't understand. Did Muninn mean like that we should not do it because they're not gonna stop, or that we should?
Oh, no. So Muninn would like to have a look, but because Ophelia doesn't look like she's gonna stop, Muninn just said like, "Oh, let's be quick," basically.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Illona would nod and get going.
Okay. And then Muninn would look to Anghel and say like, "Are you coming as well?"
Anghel was distracted.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I think he will. He will. Yeah.
Okay. I feel like so Muninn would say like, this. Muninn would say, I mean, you can sit this one out, Anghel, if you want. Like, I know you're not like I know you're not on your best form at the moment. Like
he shouldn't, says Acacius.
Oh, okay.
What is this trap? Okay, fine. We're all gonna die.
Yeah.
I mean, no, Acacius doesn't want us to die. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I think. Anyway.
Well, he wouldn't want me to die, so maybe it's not a trap, right? Like, or rather, wouldn't want Muninn to die. Maybe Muninn would go to say, "Oh yeah, like don't worry about it," but then I would say like, "Oh yeah, no, come on, Anghel, it'll be quick. Like, come on, let's go."
Did we talked about how we can kind of tell when Muninn is like covering something up, right?
If you guys want to, again, it's player and player stuff.
So
I feel like beyond without getting too like technical about it, beyond being a little bit suspicious just because they're suspicious anyway, I feel like Muninn wouldn't be very like Muninn wouldn't seem like something's wrong. Does that make sense? Like they would be initially like, oh, I don't like the sound of that, but let's go check it out. But I mean, like after like, does that make sense? Like at the moment, Muninn is like, oh, let's go, and they seem quite confident that nothing bad will happen. You know?
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I feel like Muninn would be like, "Oh, come on, Anghel, let's go."
I'm guessing Show&Tell had to step back for a few seconds.
Oh no, did I? Oh, maybe I didn't notice that.
We can and we can assume so. And while Show&Tell is not here, parrot Anghel a little bit in her absence, I guess.
Okay, cool.
So did we establish? Well, I guess we didn't establish that Anghel's coming with.
I feel like Muninn would. I don't want to like. Muninn would encourage Anghel, and judging by, because obviously Show&Tell was like, "Oh, does Muninn look a bit suspicious about this whole thing?" Because Muninn doesn't. I feel like not to put words in Show&Tell's mouth, but maybe I feel like that would be enough to make Anghel to be like, oh, okay, let's go then. Like, yeah.
I mean, you kind of have to put her words in her mouth, but yeah, I would agree with that rationale. Ashen, do you also agree?
Sure.
Welcome to a preview of how we usually play Illona when you're not here.
Yeah.
So, you go to investigate the sobbing coming from behind the building. Who do you think would be first?
Not Anghel.
I think Illona, since I started working first.
Okay. Yeah,
Sure.
I'm happy with that.
Sure. As you turn the corner and to investigate what's this crying, you spot the two surviving fairies weeping, and,
Oh shit.
and they are clearly startled by your arrival and say, "Wait, it's the prince's companion." And the other one says, "Is the prince safe?"
He's safe with us.
The party pooper.
I forgot about that.
Imagine
Look,
that.
huh?
We're just gonna say maybe Anghel pops up.
Yeah. I had in mind like maybe Muninn would say something like, "Look, I might be a party pooper, but like I didn't destroy this village, like so I can't be that bad or something."
Well, nobody's as bad as the dragon, says the saddle fairy, I guess. Welcome back, Show&Tell.
Welcome back.
As you turned the corner, you saw the two fairies.
But they were in actual distress, or
Yeah.
were they faking
Well,
it?
at least I don't know if they're faking it or not. You need to roll careful with theirs versus their, I guess, sneaky. But sure. Do you want to roll?
Yes.
It's a difficulty 1, apparently.
Oh my god.
Oh.
They're very, very genuinely distressed. And while you were gone, Show&Tell, the ring fairy asked, "Is Prince Charming all right?" But just as you were out of eyesight, and you can clearly tell that she was genuinely worried about you.
The ring, you said? The ring fairy?
Yep,
Okay. I liked her. Okay, sure.
sure. And as you pop up, the two fairies says, the prince," and they ignoring Illona and Muninn, fly up to Anghel and say, my prince, allow us, the Shadow Fairy says, allow us to accompany you. The Ring Fairy says, you need heralds, my prince. You need people to announce your arrival. And advise you, says the Ring Fairy.
Are you, Angel Signs, are you okay? I don't know who's going to translate this, but...
Always first you can if you want to.
Yeah.
I don't know if I wanted to. I mean, he can.
Oh.
I'm just not gonna stop him or anything, but yeah, I don't know.
I feel
Like,
Muninn-
if it depends on what Angela is feeling or something.
I mean, so far, Always Thirsty has been like automatically translating it for you. So I think it would require your express order, hey, stop translating, for him to stop doing it.
Yeah, so Angela won't do that. It just doesn't, you know, just kind of rely on it automatically like he used to. Kind of.
I will say while you gesticulate and mime, the fairies like stare at you like, I don't know, Oblivion NPCs or something, like they don't realize you're speaking.
He just asked, are you okay? It's not that long.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. And the fairy says, of course, yes, we are, my prince. We fled into the forest, says the Shadow Fairy, and the Ring Fairy says, are you well, my prince? You fled the party, and then this party pooper came to yell at us, indicating Muninn.
Why are you screaming, though?
Because the village was destroyed, because so many people who worshipped you died. Is that not reason to scream? Says the Shadow Fairy.
Okay, sorry. I thought it was something immediate. I sound like a buffoon. Okay, thank you. Okay. So I think he signs like, you can come with, but don't herald or anything like that.
Why not? Why not? Everyone deserves to know that the prince has come.
I need to get my strength back.
Well, all the more we can secure you nice lodgings, a good meal, says the Ring Fairy.
But it wouldn't be fair to the people if...
well, you're the
Prince
prince.
Charming.
Well, you're the prince. Of course, it's not fair.
No, fair to them to think that I'm in full health or something. Let's leave it for now.
They look genuinely confused, but they will abide by your order.
Thank you.
My prince, says the Shadow Fairy, I know this isn't, have you seen our sister?
Oh.
Has he seen it?
Yeah,
Did it
Illona
happen right in
squashed
front of
her. Illona squashed
Yeah,
her.
I remember that. I didn't know if Angel saw it.
Yeah, it's a good question, actually.
He did. Whether he was awake enough to perceive it, that's a different question.
He was like just coming out of the everything, right?
I mean, you were awake. You were just out of it, like, because the dragon, because all your emotions. So, yeah.
Maybe it suddenly reminds him that he saw it, or something.
Sure.
The question. And he's like, okay. And it was very clear that she was not a fairy, right?
Yeah.
She was a fairy, but an evil fairy.
Right. Angus like, no, I didn't see her.
Thanks.
Fair enough.
The fairies have absolutely no reason to doubt you, so they will not try a careful versus your sneaky or anything like that.
Okay.
The Shadow Fairy asks the Ring One, you think she's alright? The Ring One, well, does it really matter? You know she was and the Shadow Fairy, don't say that. Right, she doesn't, I'm sure she'll be fine and she'll turn up.
She doesn't what?
Sorry?
She doesn't what? She said she doesn't.
Feel free to give me a clever.
Okay. That's not gonna go right.
Moving on. The ring fairy says, "Well, we're with you, my prince, and we're ready. We're ready to follow. Let's just hope that Rumi shows up."
What's her name?
I'll type it in chat. Which basically means something like cutie.
Oh,
Funny.
not anymore. Ugh.
The Saddle Fairy says, "My prince, I know it's been a difficult time, but have you given more time to think about the items?" "Yes, the items," says the other fairy. "I almost forgot." "Well, how could you forget? That it's our mission to tell the prince about the items. I don't need you yelling at me. The village just burned down. A dragon showed up. I'm scared." "Well, don't be. The prince is here." They both turn to look at you.
Great. The items. Yeah, I don't know what I decided.
Last time.
I mean, I know it was the ring, but like the compel. How does it work? Like Anghel feels compelled to do this. Like,
I compelled the Prince Charming style part of your aspect. I think I contextualized it in the sense of, because the dragon was attacking, what you almost certainly will need to defeat the dragon is, other than your companions, magical items. So what the fairies are tasking you to retrieve, if that makes sense. But you are obligated to follow the compel of completing one of these quests, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just trying to think how Anghel would come. Okay, so like now I'm kind of torn between the ring and the saddle, because the ring was kind of like, because Anghel kind of didn't want anything to do with it, sort of. So he was like, okay, I'll get something for the horse or something that belonged to the horse, right?
You are correct about the ring. It was showcased as belonging to the horse.
But now he's a little bit disillusioned with the horse.
I mean, to be fair, the saddle
and the whole thing.
The saddle would also be used on the horse.
Yes, but this, like, I feel like the saddle is more for Anghel's comfort rather than the horses, right? I don't know. Do horses like saddles? I don't know.
You have a horse you can ask.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, does he? Okay, you know what? Yes, the ring, because the saddle kind of, like, if he wants to use the well, I don't know. If he wants to use the saddle, he will have to ride the horse, and he maybe doesn't want to do that.
Sure.
Right.
So maybe the ring. Anghel is lost in thought. Okay. He'll say, okay. How far away are your items or something? Maybe that's how I'll decide. I don't know.
The ring fairy says, well, it's not the next town, but maybe the second or third town over on this main road. And the saddle fairy says, it's about, well, we have to journey through these hills, over the hills, down the other road.
What other road? Are they pointing somewhere?
She's talking about this other road that I'm pinging on a map.
Okay.
But I don't know if Anghel necessarily knows that, because he's not an ego or whatever. But
it sounds like the saddle is further away, like as far as Anghel's concerned.
The fairies will conclude both items are about the same distance away, but above board, the ring is on your route, while the saddle will require a detour. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we'll go with the ring. Anghel says.
The ring fairy says, "Oh, a wise choice, my prince." And the sorrow fairy says, "Are you certain, my prince? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity." And the ring fairy says, "Well, you could say the same about the ring." "Well, I know, but the prince needs to know." Oh, okay, very well, the ring it shall be. I'll still follow you, my prince. Of course you will.
Oh, okay. Do what you want.
What I want is to follow you and proclaim your accomplishments.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Okay. When is later? Like they take you they take you literally.
Literally.
Yeah.
You know, when it's later, I'll let you know.
All right. And please, my prince, lead the way. What are Muninn and Illona's thoughts on this whole exchange, I wonder?
Yeah.
Illona's like rubbing our hands together, thinking how it like felt to smush a fairy.
Oh my god, that's evil.
What the hell?
I don't know, like, if, like, Illona has a macabre, like, serial killer instinct or whatever, but it felt like squashing a miniature human.
She feels like intrigued and interested about
Oh,
it.
fuck.
Like, you know, oh, there's a bit more resistance around the ribs and stuff like that. You know, all those macabre details.
Oh my god.
Illona smirks.
Maybe Anghel's rethinking what he said to Rita, or
Yeah.
noticing that.
Sure. What does Muninn think, I wonder?
I feel like Muninn might be a bit disturbed by how Illona's looking. Because there's this like certain look.
She's licking her lips or something, I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like Muninn would be a bit disturbed. I feel like Muninn would try and distract themselves and with the whole notion that we're like the whole idea of like going on one of these fairy quests. Like Muninn's like a bit hesitant, maybe, unless they're not, obviously. But
Acacius doesn't care one way or another.
okay, at the very least, they're like grateful that like I assume Muninn knows this, right? They're grateful that we're doing the one that is on the way to where we're already going.
Sure.
If you know what I mean, yeah. Maybe Muninn would nudge Illona to be like, "Hey, stop! Like, cut it out! Like, you're freaking me out."
What? What are you talking about?
You just got that weird look in your eye.
You smell like rotten flesh and wine. Cut that out.
All right, I can't help that. God.
I mean, when the killer, the one who actually killed, is disturbed. What does that mean?
Let's just say Illona usually has someone else dispose of the bodies.
Yeah. Oh my god.
What? What?
I made a small joke.
Reboot.
Oh,
Moving on.
Muninn would say, just don't tell them what happened. Yeah, like what you did.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
That would just be party pooper, you know.
Yeah,
Like
we don't want two party poopers in this group right now.
I feel like murder is a bit worse than
Yeah.
disrupting a party, but sure.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. Go on.
I was just gonna say that as you guys probably continue on your way, the fairies look very, what's the word? On edge. It's not the right word. Like they look kind of agitated, and Anghel realizes why. it's very obvious that they desperately want to sing out loud about Anghel's accomplishments, because in their agitation, they just mumble the words to the little song they made up to honor Anghel.
Oh,
Oh my god.
that's quite sweet, to be fair.
Anghel is not, it doesn't see it as sweet so much, but it doesn't say anything.
Always first he begins hesitatingly, also mumbling the words to the song.
Could Muninn as well? Is it in earshot? Like, could Muninn like with a smirk, like do it as well?
Sure. Akesis would probably find it funny, so he'd feed you the lyrics if you don't hear them.
Oh hell yeah, that's awesome.
Illona would look like really concerned for everybody. It's like really with like a distaste in their look, like what's happening?
Yeah.
Anghel's trying to look like he doesn't hear them.
Muninn would get, like, you know, when you're like, Muninn would try and get Illona to join in, basically, just to be like Muninn would emphasize the words that like are repeated quite often, if there are any, like, you know, like a chorus.
Anghel, probably.
Yeah.
Illona would like start clapping her hands, but also like give a look like, yeah, if they don't shut up, I'll fucking clap them.
Oh my god!
Well, I would say they're not singing out loud, they're mumbling because they were told not to do it out loud. You guys are the ones who are being singing out loud.
Don't clap.
Anghel side eyes both of them, like, what the hell's wrong with me?
Valid.
You mean Illona and Muninn or the fairies?
I guess
Both?
us. Maybe us. We're the loudest, right? Hello?
The void.
The void.
Show&Tell?
What's happening?
Okay, there we go.
They were asking you, Show&Tell.
Who? Huh? I didn't hear, sorry.
Whom are you side-eyeing, basically?
Muninn and Illona.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Do you let me know if you guys just continue on your way. We can move on.
Sure.
Let's.
Yeah.
As you continue to make your way through the ruins, it's again like the smell of being near a barbecue almost, except that the fire has gone out. It's slightly disturbing, and as you make your way, you see finally some survivors, led by the priest, coming out of the church hesitatingly, as it was the one building to escape intact. Well, there were a couple others, but this is the one building that's like very directly intact rather than intact by sheer pure luck, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Muninn, as mentioned, because you partly feel Akesis' own emotions, you feel anger, disgust, and revulsion at the priest and the church surviving.
Okay.
Especially since the plan of like making these people lose belief has obviously gone down in flame, literally.
Yeah, literally. I feel like Muninn would like scoff. Like usually they're pretty good at handling their emotions. Some people might disagree at that, but because these secondhand emotions are quite new to Muninn, they might be like very obviously like if someone were to look, they would look annoyed basically, and they would say like, "Oh, for God's sake," or something.
Adding a little S there.
Yeah.
The priest and some of the few survivors, all of them adults above board, just look in just shock at the devastation. They barely notice your group going by. And I guess the priest will ask your group, are you going to get help? But you can tell that he's just out of it. Like, just too much in shock to even process what he's asking.
Oh. That's actually quite sad. Muninn would keep walking, I feel. Maybe, right?
Kessis says, maybe, like, not so subtly encourages you to get one of your companions to just kill the priest already. But he realizes that's probably an impossible ask.
Okay. So Muninn's going to do it instead. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like Muninn's...
This is more like not a direct order, but more like an offhand comment, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That said, an offhand comment by a god is still a comment from a god.
Yeah. Okay. For fear of causing a bit too much chaos, I feel like Muninn would intentionally, maybe if like they're walking past, the priest that's in shock and everything, they might like shoulder barge him or something as they like walk past.
I don't think the priest is on your path.
Okay.
It would be almost like you're going out of your way to attack him anyway.
Okay, we won't do that. They won't do that then. If it was on the path, then fair enough. But so yeah, they would like stick by Ophelia's carriage. I feel, but obviously above board, don't let that stop you two, Ash and Show&Tell.
I'm wondering if Anghel will go over.
If you want Prince Charming's opinion, the sight of these people makes Prince Charming very, very sad. He really ought to go kill that dragon.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, fine. but I mean, Anghel also feels sad, and he also feels guilty, of course, because what else is new? But like, I feel like maybe, like, he was so shook, because this never happened to him. Like,
yeah,
they almost died and stuff. That maybe he doesn't even feel he has like the will to go over and. I mean, he was going to say something, but I don't know if he does. He thinks about it anyway. That's what I'm trying to say.
For context, the carriage will not stop while Anghel's posse will not stop if Anghel does not stop.
Like I think he hesitates. Like he stops, wants to go over, and then he
four other
realizes
people stop with you, making it very awkward.
And then he ignores them, and then he realizes he doesn't have anything to say that will really make this right, and so he just keeps on going after a moment or something.
Illona like mumbles under her breath, like thank the spirits.
For
We're
what?
still continuing on the road.
Wait, thank the spirits for what? I'm not sure.
She's just very happy that we don't stop.
Gotcha.
I mean, I was just gonna say he was sorry, but okay.
The saddle fairy sticks out her tongue at the priest.
What?
Seriously?
The ring fairy glares at him. The priest does not seem to perceive what's going on. He's too much in shock.
What?
Does Prince Charming care about the priest?
He wants to help people in need. Prince Charming, that is.
And that includes the priest too, though?
Yeah. Again, Prince Charming is more on the neutral scale when it comes to the conflict between the old gods and the new.
So why if... Okay, so the fairies are not... I'm trying to make sense of it. The fairies are more like
On the old side.
related to the old gods.
They're magical entities, pure and simple. Above board, if you weren't here, always thirsty, and the horse probably would also be like disliking this priest. But since you're here, they follow your directions. And if you want to like this priest, they will like it too.
Okay.
I find it funny that there was a very strong chance that Muninn was in for this forced emotion too.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I wonder.
That's funny.
I do wonder how like different it would be like if Muninn did become good eye. You know.
Funnily enough, it would be a little.
It would be interesting.
It'd also be freer than your current arrangement, because sometimes I'm telling you what to think, Deli. Well, to Muninn. As good eye.
Yeah.
You will not be obligated. It's just that you would feel a very strong inclination, like the Prince Charming thing that I'm whispering in Show&Tell's ear.
I mean, it's not fun, but at least you can say no.
And aesthetically, though, you would have just one eye in the middle of your forehead.
Mm-hmm.
That takes the cake, then, of course. Of course, you have to. Of course, you made the right choice.
Yeah.
I mean, there may be some
Although-
aesthetic changes coming with being the Oracle, but we're not there yet.
I was gonna say.
I mean, it's already stinky as hell. So who knows?
Muninn does stink more than the destroyed village, yes.
Wow.
Wow.
That's like almost award-winning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Almost.
Is it more stinky than the shit accident?
Oh, definitely,
My
definitely.
goodness.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I suppose.
Have you ever
I
been
suppose that
near
makes
like
sense.
something rotten? Like
How are we not
dead-
gagging like
I
at
was
all times?
I was sort of assuming everyone was keeping kind of a distance from Muninn.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Okay.
I'm stinky. It's fine.
Again, this very bizarre stink of rot mixed with strong wine.
Yeah. I didn't realize that was going to happen to Muninn as well. So it is interesting. I feel like there's such a strong lore. There's got to be a. I mean, obviously there is, but I really want to figure out the lore reason as to why.
Cassius told you it's a remnant of how the first Oracle was chosen.
Yes. I meant more so like, I want to find out how that happened. Like what is that all about, you know? But I feel like I feel like there is a way for me to figure it out if I hurried up. If that makes sense. Anyway.
Sure.
By the way, I gotta go now.
Sure. Figured. Ashen, before you go, can you tell the people where they may find you and what you do?
Yeah, sometimes I paint and I post it on Instagram, and there you can find it.
Yes.
Whoa.
Highly recommend her stuff. Thank you very, very much, Ashen. Check her out. Any directions for how we should play Illona, or same as usual?
Keep her like clenching, like pinching her nose to not smell the stinky.
Sure, makes sense.
That's so sad.
And that's it.
Will do.
Every now and then we will say Illona is pinching her nose.
Yeah.
Or you have to like, if you speak as Illona, you have to like cover your nose and you speak.
If she's in proximity to Muninn, sure.
Fuck yeah. All right. Have a nice rest of the session and see you next week.
See you,
See you
Ashen.
next week,
Yeah,
Ashen.
good night.
Night, Ashen. So, in the narrative, last thing that happened was one of the fairies, I think I said it was the Shadow Fairy, stuck her tongue out at the priest, and the Ring Fairy gave the priest the side eye as you guys marched along.
Glared is
Yeah.
what you said,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, glared, yeah. And the priest is just too out of it to react.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, understandable.
I feel like Muninn may. Would it make sense for Muninn to say some kind of like not a curse, but like it's like you say a prayer against someone.
A curse, sure.
Okay, fine. Would it make sense for Muninn to curse them?
Of course it can. It's your character, but are you trying to invoke like a magical curse or just a like damn you or whatever, or like may hell take you or something like that?
A magical curse would be cool. What would that like?
It will be a spell requiring, sacrifice to cases, all that.
Oh, of course it would. Okay.
Well, actually,
in that case, it would just be like a.
I would add, Acacius would inform you that he doesn't usually do curses unless they involve illness. Curses are more of a different deity's domain, which he will inform you he has recently called upon a favor from that deity and would rather not do so again. Not
Okay.
in such short order. And above board, now you know why there were ghosts attacking the monks.
Right.
Oh, that's a curse?
Specifically, Acacius asked for the help of another deity, and that deity helped by bringing up the ghosts.
Oh, it's not the same deity?
It is the same deity.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's a deity that deals with curses and bringing up the dead? Or...
I technically don't really have to answer you. I have to answer Dely, not you.
I know, I'm just asking about board.
Okay.
Like, if you want to answer, you can.
Fair enough.
Okay. I would like to. I suppose I would like to know. Is it the same person or no? I assume it is, right?
The same person.
Oh God, rather, or whatever.
Like as whom?
I don't know.
The person. So the deity who traffics in curses, you're asking, is it the same person as the deity who helped bring up the ghosts? The answer is yes.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. To round this off, by the way, Muninn would obviously just do a general like curse you kind of thing, not like an actual curse. Like I'd go to hell or whatever, or like go to our equivalent of hell.
Do you say it out loud?
Yeah, why not?
I don't want to put words in Ashen's mouth, but Illona would be confused at you.
Okay.
I think.
As she pinches her nose.
Yeah, of course.
That's fair enough. I feel like Muninn would still say it. The whole thing of like the whole thing of the secondhand like emotions thing. I feel like it's probably gonna take a minute to like get used to, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Muninn would say like go to hell, or like they would probably say something like, "Oh, it's so probably not." But like what I have in my head is like, "Oh, it's so convenient that you guys survived, but you didn't help out any of the other villagers or something." Like, do you know what I mean?
Acacius would advise you not to say that, just because it might reignite their faith in the new gods. Well, 3-in-1. You know?
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, I can see why that could be the case. But yeah, Muninn would say, "Fuck you."
Priest looks momentarily startled and genuinely does not know how to respond. Because I don't think I would know how to respond to that in this situation.
Yeah, Anghel is aghast if he hears that. He's just like, what the hell?
What?
think Illona would be too, though she'd probably keep it more hidden than Anghel or the priest are. But I'm assuming you guys don't stop and continue on your way.
Yes. Well, I mean, yeah.
Hmm?
I don't know about. I don't know. What,
Yeah, I
about,
mean, Anghel hesitated. Now he feels really bad, so he's just like, okay, let's get out of here. Thank you, Muninn, for making it worse.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
As you proceed on the road, you see 2 people, or is it 3? 2 or 3. I'll require careful to be more certain. On the road in front of you, on horseback, staring kind of in shock at the scene of destruction. I'll slowly put them on screen.
Okay.
The carriage driver also informs Ophelia and company, and just for context sake.
So we can roll a careful?
To determine if it's 2 or 3 people, sure. Just say out loud what you get.
Okay.
So
3.
a 3.
Ooh.
A 1.
Yeah.
It's also a 3 because it does require an eyesight.
Okay.
It's 3 people on horseback, but one of them is behind the other, hence why they're a bit difficult to spot at the distance, and they appear to be tied up.
On the same horse?
Yep.
You mean?
Yep. And this is the tied up person.
There's only one person tied up?
Yep, the black and white one, so to say.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Are they gonna do something if
They stare in shock. The
Okay.
carriage driver informs Ophelia, "Milady, I think it's Yonika and Mircea." So clearly Ophelia knows who these people are. And you hear Ophelia.
What did he say? Unica?
He gave 2 names. Well, they gave 2 names. I don't know the carriage driver's gender. They're a non-entity.
How sad. Okay.
Unless you guys want this person to be, I'm fine with giving them a character. But just 2 names, and Ophelia replies something. Feel free to roll careful to hear what, but it seems that the carriage is slowing down.
I definitely want to hear.
Anghel probably can't hear, so I won't even bother.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
A 4 is Ophelia says, "Stop the carriage," with like a exasperated, sounding exasperated.
Okay. Mina would ask, who are these people? Do you know these people, Lady Ophelia?
She pokes her head out of the carriage and says, "Yes, a constable and her son." You've met constables before. Killed one before at that.
Really? Who?
Yeah, in New Spring, not New Spring, in By the Sands, they saw you guys attacking Strigoi, and misinterpreting the fact that Strigoi are monsters, they thought you were killing innocent people, so they tried to arrest you.
Oh.
And then we killed them?
You killed, well, Illona killed one of them, and the other one turned out to be the one, like, Jean Bukowski's political rival who betrayed the Caramel Empire. Complicated story.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not keeping straight all these people, but okay.
Yeah. Muninn might ask, if that's okay. Muninn might ask these strangers. So Muninn would say, "You arrived a bit late, I'm afraid," like referring to the fact that the village is
Who's you? Says the mother, the female constable, and Ophelia mutters at you, "Don't speak out of turn, will you?" And Ophelia says, "I apologize for their behavior," with putting on her usual fake smile. And the mother says, "Oh, Lady Ophelia, what happened here?" Terrible. It was terrible. This massive fire and a beast from the sky. It's a sorry state. And the two in front of you look confused and say, "Beast from the sky? We saw no such thing, Lady Ophelia." Didn't? Oh. What business are you on? And the mother says, "Oh, we're returning this runaway slave to New Spring. We were hired by St. George's Monastery, Your Excellency." And the slave, sort of like perking up now because he was also in shock, says, Please buy me, milady. I'm hardworking. Don't turn me back to the monastery. They'll beat me." And Ophelia says, "Well, I wish the two of you best of luck. But feel free to interrupt me at any point." Then, and she'll continue, "Did you hear anything on your journey?" And the two will say, "Well, we saw your uncle. He looked much better," says the mother. "I see." And the son said, "Yeah, his nose was back." And the mother will, I think, slap the son because that's a very rude thing to say to, a person suffering.
Sorry, I missed it. What did you say?
His nose was back.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can imagine why that's a rude thing to say.
A little, yeah. Also, it's a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, so the mother slaps the son, and Ophelia just smiles politely, not displaying a visible reaction. And the mother says, "Sorry about that, Your Excellency. There's a magic pig over in Voivod Alexandro, the next village."
What?
A magic pig? Yeah, it talks and it's got more pigs with it, says the son. "I see? Yeah, you have to see it to believe it, milady."
Could Muninn say to Illona, like, there's probably a your mother joke in
Don't
there
get
somewhere.
so close to me, please.
Right. Muninn's,
Perfect.
I feel like Muninn's regretting this more and more. If they were allowed to regret it, obviously. But,
Oh, you can regret it because there's nothing you can do about it from a case's point of view.
Okay, maybe Muninn definitely regrets the whole stinky thing.
That's what bothers them the most. Them, I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough. Actually.
I mean, yeah.
I really want to ask, like, how much the slave is.
A kiss is perfectly fine if you want to buy a slave. It's just, you better cough up the money. He's not gonna pay for it.
Yeah. Could Muninn interject and say, above board, I don't really know how to address this person, like the mother.
It's a constable, so sort of however you'd address a police officer, more or less.
Okay. Muninn would say to the mother, like, excuse, may I interrupt, miss?
They, the two turn to you, and the son says, "You sound like a foreigner." Ophelia glares at you.
It's listen, I was wondering how much for that young gentleman that you're carrying or escorting.
The mother says, "Well, we were," and the son chimes up and says, "It's not for sale. We're returning lost property." And the mother slaps the son and says, "But shut up. How much are you offering?"
I have a few above boards. What would the currency be like called, if you know what I mean? My first thought was, oh, isn't it gold, right? No, or not? Because my first thought was like,
they are specific. The gold, copper, and silver coins have specific names. What's your question? Do you want those names?
Yeah, because I have a few silvers, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Because I've got like the ancient gold coins, but I remember very vaguely that I have like a few silver.
You do. Do you want? I guess you can roll me a careful to. Well, before you roll, has Muninn ever participated in the slave trade so that I can more accurately inform them of the prices?
I wouldn't say that they have, to be honest.
It's not really a thing in Brightland, I'll say.
Okay.
It's definitely a thing for Illona's people, but the prices where she's from are definitely different from the prices over here.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like Muninn's probably experienced more slavery nowadays than they might have ever had. Maybe.
Probably.
So maybe it's probably a bit obvious to like ask Illona, because obviously Muninn knows where Illona's from.
You take a step towards Illona, she takes a step back.
Yeah. Maybe Muninn would say like, "Oh, I have a few silver coins. I feel like that's a fair price. It's not very strong, lads, is he? Like, I don't know if that's true or not, but
he weighs. What would be the? I need to like do some conversions. Give me a second.
Okay.
Because there's no metric system, so give me a second. He weighs 12 stones, I'll have you know. And this is the son speaking, and the mother speaking. Lady Ophelia, who is this? And the cases informs you, you've proposed an outrageously low price.
Ooh, okay. I suppose lowballing, there's every good deal like starts with a good lowball,
And Ophelia says, I apologize. It's a scholar I employ. They aren't really in the habit of purchasing slaves, and to be honest, neither are we. We are on our way to the wedding, to the prince's wedding. She says, sort of trying to cut the transaction short.
Okay. Muninn would say like, "Oh, I am a scholar, and I've gathered a lot of heavy tomes in my travels. I would like a book bag carrier or a book carrier or something."
What book? What books? Asks the boy. The mother slaps him and says, "We don't sell books."
No, but I would like someone to carry them. My back, it doesn't do wonders to your posture, like carrying these heavy tomes around. How about I counter offer you, or rather, why don't you counter offer me?
The son says, "Well, this here slave is already someone's property. We're returning him to where he belongs. He's not for sale." The mother feels tempted to slap her son again, but then sighs and says, Miss Son's right. You clearly don't have the funds." I mean, it's like I don't know. You go to the store to buy like an Xbox and offer like $20.
Really, is it that bad? Okay. I feel like I'm gonna try one more time above board, and just say like, okay. If you're not willing to counteroffer, how about my initial offer was a couple of silver. How about maybe 100 silver? assuming that I have that.
I don't think you do. You do have a gold coin which is worth 100 silver, more or less, but you don't have 100 silver.
Okay.
You don't have 100 cents. You have $1, I guess.
Okay. Maybe a few gold coins then. So Muninn would say like, oh, why not like 1 or 2 gold coins? These aren't the ancient coins like I'm offering, are they?
They would be. Do you have other gold
Oh, they
coins?
would be. No. Well, I assume not anyway. Muninn would offer 1 then and just say like, oh, well, how about this instead?
The mother and the son stare in shock at that and say, and Ophelia sighs in frustration, tries to hide it, and son says, "Yeah, he's yours." The mother slaps him and says, did Lady Ophelia didn't realize you were traveling with such fine folk. Make it two.
I don't deal with people who hesitate. I've tried to haggle with you, and the Muninn would like put the coin.
No, says the mother. No. We can make a deal. And Ophelia says, "Is this truly worth our time? We have business to attend, my dear scholar. Or do you not remember?"
Lady Ophelia, I feel you are correct. Actually, I'll tell you what. I will. As we're on such a tight schedule, I will rescind my previous offer. And if I have 50 silver, could I offer that instead or not?
Whom are you asking? Like, are you asking, do you have 50 silver?
Yeah, that's the main. Yeah, I'm asking, do I have that much money? Like, to half the original thing?
Maybe, but it would spend all your silver coins if you do. You might need them for something else.
Yeah. The main people are probably asking, why am I doing this? I kind of want to spare this guy's freedom, or buy this guy's freedom.
Are you intending to buy the freedom of all the slaves in this country?
No. But I feel like this guy seems important, maybe. He's probably not, though. Do you know what Muninn would say? How about 25 silver? My final offer. Because Muninn's like kind of bored of it now.
No, says the mother. We were talking gold, not silver. What's this? What's this bullshit?
Well, the thing is that you seem to be wasting my time.
You think you're wasting our time?
This look, I'm gonna make one last offer.
I think our talks on this subject are perhaps over, my good scholar, says Ophelia. If you truly want a servant, we can purchase one in the market in the next town over. These constables have a duty to perform.
I just realized I could have lied about something to maybe get the upper hand, but to be honest, I think I'm done like with it as well. Like or rather, Muninn would be done with it and just say like, fine. I suppose another one bites the dust or whatever. Like Muninn would say something like that.
I think the two constables look confused, and Ophelia says, Anyway, you were saying something about a magic pig and other encounters on the road? And the younger one says, it really was a magic pig, milady. You have to see it to believe it. I'm sure I will. Then the son says, it said it was gonna go get married to a princess. Right. Of course it will. And
Is this some kind of known fairy tale or something?
Give me I guess a careful. does ring a bell. Yeah, there was a tale about a pig that to undo a curse needs to marry a princess. I won't tell you more details.
Interesting.
Okay.
Because how often do we remember childhood fairy tales, I guess? It does ring a bell. I'll say that much. And it involves something about what's the word? Rescuing a princess. Philia will ask, so anything new in the market? And the son says, you know Joseph, that loud every merchant? He showed up.
Oh my god.
And the mother says, yeah, he did. You know, he's still an awful singer. Says the son. Well, he didn't want to sing. He said he wouldn't. Said he was in a hurry. So we beat him up until he started singing. He says proudly. And the mother like smiles proudly, like, yeah, that's something that happened. And the son continues bragging. I broke one of his legs. And the mother nods, says, yeah, serves him right. And Ophelia smiles all the while and says, well, he was always a peculiar sort. He said he was in a hurry. Yeah, said something about his sister or his wife or something like that. I don't know. I just wanted to hear him sing, says the son. Well, it was good.
I'm sorry, did they mean like literally sing? Or sing as in tell them something? Spill his secrets.
I don't think they implied anything about a secret, but feel free to make your own assumptions.
Why would they want him to sing? I don't... like,
give me a clever if you want. It will not be a difficult roll. Yeah, because they find they know he is awful at singing, and they find his singing funny, so they wanted to laugh.
Fuckers. Okay.
Yeah. And Ophelia, obviously not realizing your personal connection to Joseph, says, like, sort of brushes that aside and says, "All right, well, thank you for the news. I will spread the word of what happened to this village." Muninn, in your mind, I guess, says she's lying about that. And I wish you good fortune. And the two constables like bow and say, "Thank you, your Excellency. It was always a pleasure meeting you." And they go ahead.
God, I don't know if this is. Anghel wants to know where Joseph is, but I don't know if it's a good idea to just ask it like that. I guess he does though. Like he signs the place. I don't know.
And always first he would convey it. Okay. You ask where Joseph is?
Yes.
Always first he conveys it. The two look at always first, not at you, because they don't realize who's actually speaking. And the mother asks, who's this, Lady Ophelia? And she says, "Oh, my follower's follower, I guess." You can ignore him.
What?
Anghel turns to Muninn, like, kind of with desperation in his eyes. I don't know.
I would say when Ophelia says ignore him, she means always thirsty, not you.
Yeah. I get that, but I mean, she basically made it so that they ignored Anghel. Anyway.
Yeah. I guess seeing this happen, Muninn would say, Muninn would sort of repeat the question, maybe. So they would say, like, my friend was asking, like, do we know where this person is?
Ophelia has this exasperated look, but what can she do? And the son says, well, he went, and the mother slaps him and says, well, what's it worth to you?
Damn
it.
Mona would say, oh God, I feel like Mona would say, I apologize for hesitating, but I'm trying to think of the best way to go about this.
Yeah, I don't know what to do either. Like I was
I
thinking maybe.
I don't want to give her money.
Yeah.
I think you guys forget that everything in this country works on the basis of bribery.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just that I don't know if like whipping out a gold coin at this, like it would make it seem crazy.
Especially because I was willing to buy this guy's freedom, and then I was like, oh no, that's too much money. But then if I'm willing to pay a gold coin for like a bit of information.
Yeah, about this guy, like it's gonna make them wonder what's the connection.
Yeah, could I do something really convoluted and say, because I was thinking about doing this, and I don't know if this is gonna really overcomplicate things, and I don't know if it's gonna work, but yeah, it's not gonna work. I'm thinking about it in my head. I was gonna ask, can I do a super duper lie and say like, maybe it could work. So Muninn would say like, oh, I've just noticed that your the slave that you're transporting is full of the plague. Give him to me, and if you give him to me, no, I'll take him from your hands if you tell me where this person is.
Okay, 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, and then that's the thing too, because I don't want to like overstretch my stun, because that's technically 2 lies, or is it? Because it is, the lie is that he has the plague. Because Muninn's not lying about taking him.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Use your. Do you use your stun to do this?
If that's a, yeah, I mean, I don't know if yeah, okay, why not?
Okay, but the slave was on the mother's horse, so the female constable, and when you say that, she yells out and like flails and drops face first on the ground from her horse in panic.
It was worth it.
And the son says, "Filthy animal!" And the slave says, "No, I don't got the plague. I don't got the plague." And the son pulls out basically a mace and starts beating the slave. How dare you not tell us that you have the plague?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Oh, what have I done?
Ophelia, because she has to believe the lie, she says, "We are not taking a plagued person into our retinue."
Oh my god. Muninn would say, "Wait, I can cure him. I know how to fix. I have the cure for that. You don't need to kill him."
Give me a flashy.
Oh shit. Okay.
Can Anghel assist? No, that's too late.
Well,
is it?
The Muninn has not rolled yet, so it's not too late. But how would Anghel assist?
By
By nodding furiously.
no, I wanted him to kind of go there to actually literally stop him.
That's a different role, I think.
Yeah. You could. I mean, you did. I mean, technically, I don't know how we can convey this, but Anghel did. Well, it wasn't Anghel, but he did cure the people with the plague and everything.
Yeah, but these two don't know that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, could I say like, I don't know if this, again, sorry, I really apologize that I'm like hesitating and everything, but could I retroactively say instead something like, oh,
It's already
know how...
It's already happened.
So I can't take it back.
I don't think so.
Okay, fair enough. How would Anghel be able to help them?
Oh wait, Anghel also believes the lie.
Again, it's on a player on player stuff. You guys decide.
I mean,
I
that's
guess
fine, because Anghel knows that he can cure him, supposedly. Like, whatever,
Yeah.
in Angel's mind.
Okay, I think that makes sense then. For Anghel to believe it.
So Anghel, I guess he walks over anyway to try to...
This is such a sticky situation.
Can we do, like, 2 different roles to achieve, like... To help each other? Like, 'cause what we're trying to do together is to stop this from happening, right?
I guess I can roll my flashy roll, see what happens, and then you can do what you want to do, maybe?
Sure. It would mean that one cannot assist the other, I guess.
Yeah. Did you want to do that? Show and tell?
I guess.
Okay.
Or maybe I can assist by... Or maybe you can assist me. Because I have a better flashy. I'm just trying to think.
I could probably assist you after, somehow, depending on what we do. But, like, I can do this roll, and then I assist you after my roll. Because I don't know how you'd be able to assist me. Okay. Let's just do it. Fuck this. Let's just do it. Fair enough.
Oh, well.
I mean, I guess narratively that makes sense.
Ophelia yelling at you and the mother face planting and the and the son screaming just drowns out whatever you were gonna say as the son continues beating this slave with a mace and says, "You filthy, stupid creature! How dare you not tell us?"
Anghel rushes in to stop him, like just to hold his hand in place.
Sure, give me a forceful and I'll oppose.
I don't know how I'd be able to help. Okay.
Oh,
fair
wow.
enough.
5 to an 8.
That's
A very lucky roll from the kid's part.
yeah.
Yeah, as you rush in to intercede, you accidentally put your face in the way of his mace.
Oh my god.
And but fortunately for you, he does stop and he says, "Oh shit, sorry." And Ophelia says, "It's no worries. I think we ought to get going."
No worries.
I think we really ought to get going, says Ophelia quite imposingly.
Wait, so I can't roll a fate point? I can't use a fate point? Okay, fine.
I mean, you can. We can retcon this. We can.
Oh, shit. I mean, okay, he did stop, so all I'm gonna have to do is get maced in the face. Does it not affect him in any way, though?
In terms of game mechanics, no. In terms of story, it really, really hurts. Above board, if you had rolled poorly, you probably would have lost a tooth.
Oh my god.
Not a tooth.
Holy shit. Could Muninn say like, "Oh, look, we can cure him." Like,
we can really get going. This is the last time I'll say it, says Ophelia. Really, really tired with you guys.
Anghel, do what you did in the was it a village before? Oh yeah, obviously, right. Do what you did before.
What you did before in the village is dead now. When you cured all those people.
Yeah. Use your abilities, Anghel.
Doesn't Anghel not believe Muninn's lie?
Wait.
He does.
No, Anghel.
Anghel does?
Right?
Okay. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just like not worried because he knows that he can cure him.
Yeah.
Or something.
Supposedly.
Supposedly. Although I don't know if he really believes that as much anymore or like whatever though. Whatever. He'll try it anyway.
I should say before that, I'll roll to see how much damage has been done to the slave before. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, we may be curing a corpse.
He's alive, awake, lost a few teeth. If it had gone for a while, probably would have lost an eye.
Oh my god. Do your thing, Anghel. I mean, if you want to, you don't have to.
Anghel does his thing, although he doesn't see any symptoms, so he doesn't know if it works or not, I guess.
The mother slowly getting up from face planting. She's definitely lost a few teeth from that. Says, "Don't mess with the property of the monastery. Get the hell away."
This is so bad. Such a bad situation.
It's so funny. Anghel, I think, kind of backs away after he did his thing.
So the spell didn't work, I imagine.
Wait. The mother said that before Anghel had the chance to touch the slave. Does Anghel still do so?
Oh, before he did? Okay, maybe he does. Oh shit, he's going to get beat up with a mace. Fine.
I hope this. Can Muninn say to Akesius, like, I know he's not really got powers, but please, can you?
Why are
just
you
do
so
this?
preoccupied with this irrelevant exchange? Just move on. This is not an order. This is a.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Muninn would say, I genuinely. Muninn would say, this sort of messes with Ophelia a little bit. So I'd kind of want to.
Your actions are messing with Ophelia more than the slave being returned to, well, what was the monastery.
Right, but
I'm willing to help if your request is to kill these two constables off so that they don't spread the news of seeing Ophelia. But is that what you want?
ooh, interesting. Muninn would say, I'll get it. I'll ask. Jesus Christ. Muninn would say, I'll come back to that in a moment. But
Do you have a
this-
moment?
in my head, maybe, I don't know. Can Muninn ask? Like, I wanna do this to vex Ophelia a little bit because it's funny. But then Muninn would say, like, so can you please help, basically, before Muninn asks their second question. Like, can you please help Anghel? Like, the sooner we get this done, the sooner we can continue.
What is supposed to happen? I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I'm
I
also
get
not very sure.
I'm not sure.
Like-
either. So
like
I
Muninn is asking Akesius to help Anghel heal the slave, even though he's not sick.
to pretend to, so that we can take him off, so we can take him away.
But if he's healed, why would they give him away?
That's a payment. We could say that is payment for. So they think that he's got the plague, right? So they might have the plague. So Anghel curing in quotes this guy, and all that would really happen, I imagine, is that Akesius would give Anghel like a glowy hand for a second, and that'd be it. It would be like, oh, look, we just cured this guy for as payment. No, we can cure you two of any plague that you may have as payment for this guy life. And
And
this is
Joseph's whereabouts?
and what, sorry? Oh, and Joseph's whereabouts. Yeah. And Joseph's whereabouts. This all sort of stemmed by, for me, like, being like, oh, I want to free this guy. This has become so complicated.
I think we kind of got that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. So.
Okay, I don't know. So should Anghel try to touch the?
Well, let's take it one step at a time. We're in slow motion.
Yeah, I'm trying to like, we stopped, I think, at the moment when she told him not to touch the slave,
Yeah.
and now I'm trying to decide if Anghel does anyway or not.
And we're also trying to decide if Muninn really asks Cassius to make a convincing performance out of Angel's touch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, I guess.
And if he does, and if Cassius agrees, how will Anghel know to do it anyway? Like,
Yeah. Also, could I throw in fair enough. Could if Cassius doesn't agree to this, could Muninn say look, listen, I will sacrifice a wolf to you later, as payment for this because it's such a convoluted scenario.
Do not offer up payment for a fair trade as if you are holding a ransom. This is what I would be owed.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. In that case, I will, as a fact, treat this as a sort of sacrifice, or I would sacrifice later on for this.
Okay. Then Cassius lets you know that if Anghel touches the slave, he'll make it appear as if the slave is cured.
Okay. All right.
so how So either Anghel actually does it, even though he's told not to. I guess maybe he'll try.
By multiple people told not to, but sure.
Yeah. Could Cassius make Angel's hand glow as a prompt to be do you think that's a good idea is what I'm asking? To be oh look, if you do it, look,
His hand is glowing.
your hand is glowing, so you can totally do it.
The only thing I'll say is that's not how it looked when Anghel cured the villagers.
Oh, okay.
How did it look?
It looked like just touched them and they were cured.
Exactly. That's the problem. There was no glow involved.
Right, and this guy.
Oh, but Cassius is the god of the sun. He just
Yeah.
can make it glow now.
But I think you guys are kind of forgetting that Anghel doesn't know that his power to cure people is a lie.
He'll be
Right.
like, "What the fuck is happening to my hand?"
Quite likely.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want to put words in Ashen's mouth, but I think Illona, who's more used to slavery, would say, "Guys, let's just move on."
Oh, I forgot the nose thing.
Oh my god, yes, I love it.
Oh, excuse me.
We have to tell her that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know anymore. I guess Anghel will try. I mean, Anghel is also used to slavery, isn't he?
Could you repeat that?
Isn't Anghel also used to slavery?
Not as much as Illona. Slavery was very rampant where Illona's from, while your village only had the one slave.
Right, the priests.
But it's still like a fact of life, so to say. That said, up to you. I will not dictate your sensibilities towards slavery because it's a very evil institution.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just. I mean, Anghel is feeling like he's, really let people down, to say the least. So I think he might go for although if there's no way to show that he's healed.
Yeah.
Although Cassius did promise that he would look like he's healed or
Right.
something.
Right.
Anghel does not know that, but yeah.
No, Anghel doesn't know that, but it doesn't matter. We don't need the glow. Basically, Anghel's gonna touch him anyway, because he feels like he can help.
Right.
Can
Because
I
he
get
believes the lie.
I regret starting this. This is so complicated.
Show&Tell, can I get a flashy from you? This is to determine whether the sun will try to stop you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He wants to follow his mother's orders, but he seems too taken aback by the situation and he hears, oh, someone can, like, you can cure people from the plague. I want to see that. So for the moment, that like curious side of him wins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah,
Anghel goes
Anghel.
for it.
Cure this man. Cure this completely healthy man.
It's magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. You touch the slave as he's feeling all bloody, looking all bloody rather, and it. Oh yeah, you never noticed that he had like plague buboes on his, I guess, chest that just so happened to be exposed because of the mace being swung at him, and they fall off, leaving behind completely healthy skin. And for extra dramatic effect, the very, very grievous injuries that the mace left on this guy's face and body also would heal up, because I guess he realizes he has to make this look very convincing.
That's cool.
Wow.
Okay, at least that's real. Like, I mean, as real as it can be, I guess.
And Angel's delusion furthers more, as the fairies clap excitedly and say,
The sacrifice that Angel's making doesn't even know it.
the fairies clap excitedly and say, see, Prince Charming can do it. Prince Charming can do it. Prince what now? Says the son, looking stunned. And the mother, who was about to reach for her pistol, looks startled as well.
Oh my god. I guess Muninn would. I'm just in awe of this. Muninn would say.
Are we going to use the whole?
Like,
we're going to cure you. Just tell us.
Yeah. You might have the plague too. So, tell us what we need to know, and give us this slave as payment, and we will cure you. In air quotes. Do you think that's a good idea, Show&Tell?
And the question is, if Akessis
would do it again. I mean, I would have to sacrifice more wolves, I imagine, if he agrees to it.
Oh yeah, Cassius would insist on payment. I'll put it on your tab.
Okay. I've got to like kill a whole family of wolves at the moment, I feel.
at the very least, a nuclear family of wolves, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Love it. Okay, so Muninn would say, if we're going with this plan, please stop me if you feel like this is a stupid idea. I feel like it is a stupid idea.
We've already committed to most of it.
Yeah, I feel like
might as well just finish it off.
This is probably one of the stupidest things that I've come up with. Anyway,
to be fair, it was an interesting thought.
yeah. So Muninn would say, see, this man is.
You don't
I'm
sound
trying
convincing.
Yeah, I'm trying not to stutter, but it's hard not to. So Muninn would say, see, this man has cured the slave of the I want to call it Black Death, but that's not what it's like.
I mean, it would be a term that you know, like you would know the plague as the Black Death. The Rima don't know it as the Black Death.
Okay, I'll just
other names for it.
Okay, so Muninn would say, look and behold, this marvelous man has cured the slave
Prince
of
Charming. How dare you just call him a marvelous man? Says the Ring Fairy, and the Saddle Fairy starts singing the Prince Charming's Anghel song.
Oh my god, I feel like Anghel wants to shut them up. I don't know.
Her voice is beautiful for all it's worth.
Oh.
That's nice.
Muninn would try and talk over him and say, like, look, you may have the plague too because you were traveling with this with the slave. We will cure you of any ailments if you let us take this man with us, meaning obviously the slave. And they would say, oh, and also give us the whereabouts of can't remember the name of the guy.
Joseph.
Yes.
Joseph. I don't know.
Joseph is the other guy. Yeah,
okay.
Never mind.
Joseph.
I'm terrible with names. But I feel like Muninn probably canonically is also terrible with names.
Sure.
But Muninn would say, oh, if you tell us where Joseph is and also let us keep this man, we will make sure that you aren't poorly as well.
Give me a flash. You're sneaky. I'll oppose.
Fuck. Okay.
Anghel can assist by looking very healy.
Yeah, sure, sure. Well, the difficulty will be 1 anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, the son says, take him, and he tries to like throw the slave off the horse, but all he does, because it's an awkward position, he's just unhorse the slave, and the slave falls to the ground.
Okay.
Cure me now, cure me, he says to Anghel.
Moody would say, not without telling us where our friend is, Yusuf.
Our friend? We call him. Okay.
Oh, is he?
Sure.
Not okay. Never mind. No,
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I was worried they would ask too many questions or something. I don't know.
Okay. Ignore the friend thing.
So
Maybe.
What's the question?
So Muninn was like, "Oh, we'll do it, but not until you tell us where Yusuf is."
Does Anghel agree to like follow the plan?
Yes.
Okay.
Ugh. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to roll something.
No. The mother constable slowly gets up and says, "Fine." And the son says, "Well, it said he was going towards the prince, you idiot," says the mother. "The prince, yeah, the prince." And the mother says, as if the prince will see a freaking Ebri. And the son says, yeah. You know, we asked him to sing when we saw him, and he didn't want to do it. So, yeah, we bid him up, and I broke.
But where did you leave him? Like.
Oh,
because he has a broken leg, right?
Oh, in the village of Voivod Alexandru. Above board, it's not far away, but I don't think Anghel will know that, because I don't know if he knows geography that well.
Probably not.
I don't know if this is if you think this is
he will say he had a horse, so I think he was reaching to go on his way. Yeah, hard to ride with a broken horse, though. He chuckles, like proud of himself.
Yeah.
Broken leg,
my bad.
Okay. Yeah, I was like afraid they broke the horse.
I was gonna say.
Okay.
Does it seem like they're telling the truth? Because the way that you delivered that.
Give me a careful.
Okay. Would my eyes help?
Sure.
I don't know if they would.
Yeah.
Oh, they would. Okay, cool. 6.
I guess I ought to roll sneaky to oppose. 6 to a 5. Yeah. They're telling the truth. The son's bragging about it.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, it's a pretty good sign. Okay, cool. In that case, I guess Muninn would say like, thank you. And then as Muninn is like,
are you gonna make him sing too? Says the son. And the mother says, no, you idiot. They obviously have some business with him. And the son says, well, ask him to sing. It's so funny. And says, and if he refuses, break his other leg. He says with a grin.
Muninn would say like to Anghel, like, just cure them. Like,
Anghel kind of clenches his fist, like he's thinking about doing something else. But okay. He does.
Whom do you touch first, the mother or the son?
I guess who was like the son was the annoying one, like
yeah.
So he does the mother first.
Sure, you touch the mother, and yeah, as happened before, probably like I don't know, her neck probably got really exposed in the fall or something. You see buboes that were not there before fall off, and again to make the healing convincing, her missing teeth grow back.
What?
Awesome.
That's cool.
I'll put this on your tab, Deli.
Thank you.
That's 3 wolves you owe so far. Carry on. The mother says, "Oh, but by the saints, Who are you, lad? Are you some kind of blessed pilgrim, or? And the fairies say, it's Prince Anghel, you dolt. Yes, you imbecile. Bow before your future king, will you?
No, please don't.
The mother, I think you've performed a miracle, so I think she will bow and start furiously kissing your hand,
Oh fuck.
as you would to a holy person.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough, I guess. Whatever.
The son says, Mother, please don't forget to cure me. Yes, go, cure me, son, please. The mother pushes you.
She pushes him? Okay.
What?
It is disrespectful, but,
Okay.
if your son was sick with the plague,
I mean,
you do
it's
the
just
same.
like the contrast of like, oh, I'm kissing your whatever, and then I'm pushing you. But fine.
Kissing your what?
Whatever I said, your hand, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, if your son was sick with the plague, you might do the same.
Yeah.
Fine. So Anghel,
Excuse me.
heals.
Same thing.
Annoying dude.
Yes, same thing as before. Bubos that you didn't even see and he didn't even know about fall off, leaving behind healthy skin. He jumps off his horse and begins kissing your feet as the mother continues kissing your hand. And the fairies begin singing the Prince Anghel song. Loudly.
Ugh, this is going great.
Before I know, look, I feel like I'm jumping some sort of gun or something. I just need to ask before I forget. Can Muninn ask Akesius, like, first of all, thank you, but also second of all, like, so why would I? You mentioned before, like, the possibility of killing these bozos. Why would I do that? Like, what would that? Why would I want to do that?
Because it would not
To
do
make sure they. Oh, sorry.
it would not do for them to find out that Lady Ophelia was present when these disasters, meaning New Spring and this dragon attack, happened, and did little to help.
That's true. I would ask, why would Muninn care, and Akesius? I know why Muninn would care, because it would kind of hurt the whole visiting the prince thing, I imagine. Muninn would ask, in the politest way possible, why do you care?
I'll message you the reply in private.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. So while you do that, actually, I'll wait for a second because I know typing and speaking is at the same time.
I just sent it.
Okay. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Muninn would ask, is there any way that I can...
Obviously, you can't talk about what I wrote you.
No, that's fine. Muninn was just going to ask, is there any way that we can put like a ticking time bomb on these people and like kill them like after we're out of like not eye shot, but like outside of their eye line? Like, is there a way to do that?
Obviously,
like that we can...
obviously, give them the real plague.
Can Akesius do that?
Yeah, he's the god of pestilence as well, and
what?
Yeah, it makes sense.
and he is often depicted with arrows that, when they hit, infect the target with the plague.
Oh my life! I feel like
that would be funny though, because what would that mean? Like,
it would
that make them?
It would mean that they would be too ill to, like, report on the fact that Anghel is a fraud. Don't you worry.
Okay.
Oh, okay. But they will think it. He was such a fraud.
Yeah, and probably curse Anghel's name if they know Anghel's. Yeah, they do know Anghel's name because the fairies are singing it out loud. They'll curse your name to the end, but what's the matter? It's not your choice anyway, Anghel.
Yeah, Anghel doesn't know anything about this. It's all fine. I don't care.
Yeah. Could we plague them up so hard that they croak, so to speak, so that they sleep with the fishes, so to speak? So
Your
that they
attempt at
see,
poetry is charming, but let's forego it for now. Yeah, so obviously.
Okay, I would like to do that. But obviously after, do you know what? Muninn would say, like, almost nonchalantly, they would say, like, okay, in that case, if I rack up my bill a little bit more, or add a few more sacrifices to my tab, when these people are out of eyesight, can you, like, fuck them up, basically? But can you, like, inflict the plague onto them, to
I did
bring
not
it
imagine you to be so
to-
bloodthirsty, child. And yes, you don't even need to ask. Of course, I will do it out of eyesight of little Anghel and everyone else in your company.
Oh,
Little Anghel?
yeah, that's cute.
That's cute.
It's kind of cute. I feel like Angel's quite cute.
Little. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
If Anghel knew about this, he would have no reason to hate Acasius.
You would have words.
Show&Tell, if only you knew what how Acasius termed Ophelia in my private chat to Dely, you would know that you got off lucky.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to say, but probably not, actually. Oh, I guess Muninn would say, like, okay, so thank you for thank you for indulging in this, whatever this was.
6,
and I will,
child.
yeah, okay,
That's your tab.
yeah, okay, I'll make a note of that IRL.
Oh, I'm keeping a note of it too, don't you worry.
Okay.
So,
But,
to describe the scene unfolding in front of you, again, the mother is grabbing Anghel by the hand so hard that if Anghel weren't such a sturdy boy, he'd probably be pulled down to her level as she's kneeling, while the son is furiously grabbing at Anghel's legs and kissing them in reverence. The fairies are unabashedly singing out loud the Prince Anghel sound that always first is starting to join in. Illona's looking at the scene like, what the hell is going on, I imagine, although while pinching her nose. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And Ophelia just looks done with everything.
I'm surprised she's still with us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
She's putting up with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Thank you for your guys' patience as well, I guess. Like, you two, and everyone watching. Because, like, I feel like I put you guys through.
I mean, it worked. We got all you wanted.
Yeah,
so.
I guess we
Okay.
got what we wanted.
Sure, but how they won't stop revering Anghel anytime soon. So how does the scene progress?
I guess I guess
Anghel just walks and starts walking, I guess.
yeah,
Because he's done with it.
yeah.
Can I get a forceful? It will be an easy roll. Yeah, okay, no worries. Yeah, you start walking, they get the message and they get up and they say, but bless you, my prince, bless you. They both like repeat, all the while, again, the fairies continue singing.
Oh.
Well, this was an informative visit, says Ophelia, exasperated. Thank you for the news, she says, sort of trying to take control of the situation, addressing the constables. And the two of them like,
Above board, I'm sorry, Ophelia knows that Anghel is not really healing. Did we have a kind of conversation or something? I seem to recall something.
No, I think Muninn just said something to the likes of, oh, him being able to heal is kind of suspicious or something like that, I think.
Oh, okay, and she didn't... Okay, we don't know what she thought about that, I guess. Okay.
She keeps her cards close to her chest.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And as Ophelia says that, the two like are startled and say, or almost as if remembering that Ophelia is there, and say, "Oh, of course, Your Excellency, of course. Any messages you'd like us to bring to New Spring?" And Ophelia says, "Just that they be safe and that they remember to, what's the word that I'm looking for? Close the lid on the fireplace when they go to sleep." Of course, Lady Ophelia. And the son like looks at the slave who was just standing there and like gives him a kick, like, "Come on, you're theirs now. Get a move on." And the son now realizes something and asks his mother, "Ma, what are we gonna tell the monastery?" And she says, "We'll buy another slave in the market and tell them, hey, here's your slave. Who cares? They won't mind. It's a slave for a slave." "You're right, Mom. You're right." And they begin mounting up. And the slave. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I suppose, like, I'm just saying that buying this guy's, or attaining this guy's freedom, because we didn't really buy him, was sort of well, no, it's not for nothing. I was gonna say, I was like, that sort of cancels it out, but then at the same time, it's not really a tit for tat thing.
Well, also, you know that they will die before they get to any slave market.
That's true as well, actually. So I'm not. How did I immediately forget that? Yeah. So in that case, I'm not worried then. In that case, then neither is Muninn.
Yeah.
But yeah, that worried me for a minute though.
The two constables salute your group and depart, leaving you with a very dazzled slave and a very, very annoyed Ophelia. And I guess perhaps we ought to introduce the slave properly next session, because Ashen might have some words about this.
Yeah.
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 This was a spectacle. Thoughts on today's session?
See, I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was.
I agree.
Okay, good. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. What was I gonna say? Getting that slave was really difficult. But weirdly, it was difficult, but it was weirdly like fun. Like rather than like, I mean, I hope it was anyway. Like I thought it was. Like it was really complicated and convoluted and everything, but I feel like navigating that was like enjoyable in some way. Like, do you know what I mean? Like rather than annoying.
Yeah. No, it was funny also that we like you had this plan and then it totally like it happens to us a lot that we think about something and then it totally backfires.
100%. Like nothing is ever really straightforward, which is like, to be honest, I think that's a good thing. I feel like if things were easy like all the time, like that would be kind of like, it's kind of would be less interesting, if you know what I mean.
For sure. Also, it's funny that like it's not like something that we couldn't have thought about. Like
right.
It's funny to me that we kind of get hyper focused on this one idea that maybe will get us out of this fix, and then Teeironor was like, okay, so this is what you just did, and we're like, oh shit.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when the son started wailing on the slave, I was like, oh my god, what have I done?
Yes.
I almost dropped it as well. I was so ready to because Muninn was like, never mind, I'm not gonna buy his freedom anymore. Like I was thinking in my head like, I don't want it to be for nothing, and I also want this guy to be a free man. So what am I gonna do about this? Am I gonna drop this or am I gonna keep it going? I don't know.
It's sort of in my defense, so to say, this fellow was someone who broke a person's leg just because they refused to sing for him, if that makes sense.
Right.
No, it makes total sense. Like, it's not like you need a defense. It's just funny to me how we don't we just don't think about that.
Although,
About the consequences.
although I guess to add on that, I guess he probably doesn't really see the slave as a person, or Joseph as a person for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. And probably a good thing that this guy is gonna die soon.
Sure, but do you plan to kill all the racists in the world?
Yes. Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
Sure. Good luck.
Yeah, we can try.
Anyway, as to, like the rest, what else happened this session? You guys realize? Go ahead.
Sorry, no. You go.
No, I was just gonna recap and walk us through the episode. If you have something else you'd like to say, please go ahead.
No, I don't. Sorry.
Okay. I guess first things first, party reunited. Muninn realized that Rebob was talking about them. Any thoughts you'd like to share about that, Deli, or would you rather keep your cards to yourself?
I do have some things to say. I feel like I'm gonna keep my cards to myself for now. Because
About what? Sorry? Who said what?
About Muninn being aware that Rebob and Anghel were talking about Muninn.
yeah, I feel like I'm gonna keep my cards to myself for now, because I don't know at the moment. Because the thing is, using Ophelia as an example, she keeps her cards close to her chest like all the time. So I feel like Muninn being granted all of this like knowledge and everything, and everything like that, I feel like they should probably start being, for someone who's very secretive and distrustive and everything. Distrusting. For someone who, in their character sheet, it says that they're secretive and they distrust people and everything. I feel like I haven't been playing them like that, like necessarily. So I feel like, long answer to a relatively short question. Muninn's gonna keep it close to their chest, basically. I feel like they're gonna be doing that from now on, like generally speaking, especially when they've been told to, if that makes sense.
Sure. I mean, like, if you have to keep secret half of the things you know, why not the other half, I guess?
Yeah, exactly. Like let things slip when it's convenient, you know.
I guess the next thing that happened is Rebob and Ophelia conspiring to kill that one noble if, like, the current situation fails. Which, sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure I remember who that is. When did she tell us not to interact with him?
When you passed by him, I don't know, like 15 sessions ago.
Yeah.
In what context? Where? When? I'm sorry. I really can't
So
remember.
he came out to greet you guys as you were approaching the village. Remember when Ophelia made a stop? And Ophelia said, "Oh God,"
Okay.
basically told you, "Oh God, it's him. Don't talk to him."
Right.
And you guys did
Okay,
not.
and that's the whole interaction we had? Okay, so I don't remember who
Well,
it was, but I guess there's nothing much to remember.
Well, you guys purposefully, I guess, followed Ophelia's instructions. So, yeah.
Was that the guy with the blood? With the one with the blood?
Yeah.
Okay, now I know who it is. Okay.
Right, yeah.
What happened afterwards in this session, not in that one, went on your way, village destroyed, and fairies. Now Anghel has 2 fairies constantly following him around, singing his praises, or if they're forbidden from singing his praises, being anxious about being forbidden from singing his praises.
Yeah, what do you Show&Tell, what do you think about those?
I don't know. I'll have to see how it affects him. Like, I mean, so far he still maintains some kind of humility, I guess. after what happened, but I don't know how long that will last. My God.
That's fair enough.
I do like the way I positioned them. I'll briefly show the viewers again on your little thing, your little square rectangle, basically in Angel's ears, because after a while,
Yeah, I noticed that.
I imagine it will feel that way after a while.
Oh my goodness.
Then obviously you saw the shell-shocked priest and handful of survivors.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. That was
And cursed him
yeah. I told him to fuck off.
when he was like it's like kicking a down whatever dog or something. I don't know how the phrase goes. Something like that.
Yeah. Kicking someone when they're down. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked how he was so like that one priest. I liked how you sort of said like, oh, he's kind of like got the 1,000-yard stare kind of thing.
Definitely.
That was like interesting in a way that I can't describe. like I don't know, like being that like you said, shell shocked and everything. Like that was an interesting like image, I guess. I don't know.
It's also, I mean, not just shock at the destruction, but shock at surviving it, and like surviving completely unscathed.
Yeah, definitely. I thought it was interesting that he was like so harrowed by it. Harrowed? Yeah, harrowed. Why not?
I figure how else would one react given the circumstances?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh right, that reminds me of that one moment when Anghel was trying to like they all went to see who was screaming, and then it was the fairies, and Anghel was like, "But are you hurt? But why are you screaming?" Anyway, it sounded like so stupid. Oh my God.
They, yeah. To be fair, their reaction was confusion, not what's the word? Being repulsed by you or whatever.
Yeah, but Anghel was feeling bad enough by himself. And me too, because I was just like, what is happening? Oh my God.
Fair. And afterwards, of course, was the two constables and the runaway slave.
Oh God.
Apparently there's a magic pig wanting to marry a princess up ahead.
Yeah, I can't
yeah,
believe
that too. Right.
I can't wait to meet this pig. I hope we do. I
can't wait to meet the princess. I mean,
yeah.
Does she exist at all? I don't know.
There are princesses in the world, I guess. What can I say?
No, like, is it like a particular princess that he's looking, or just like in
I know.
general?
I was making a joke.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Well, I guess we'll see if and when you meet that particular pig. And
Joseph, hearing about him again was cool.
Yeah, I got.
And also hearing that he broke his leg. Oh, he had his leg broken for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sucks.
That's sad. Yeah, that does suck for him.
He's still on his mission though, and apparently he's still, even with a broken leg, trying desperately to reach the prince.
That's even sadder. I mean, it's. I don't even know what to say. Good for him. I don't know, but good for us. I don't know. But yeah.
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 On the previous thing about the whole pig thing, by the way, I was just gonna say I can't wait to annoy Ophelia because she's probably like, if we engage in that side plot or whatever, she's probably gonna be just as pissed off as she was just now. Maybe she's like, why are we talking to this pig? Like, what's going on?
I'm even now. I'm thinking, like, conjuring up the words for the earful that Ophelia's gonna give you guys for this entire charade.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how long she's gonna put up with this crap.
Yeah.
Like every single thing that happens, we make a whole deal out of it. And she's like,
Yeah.
let's move on already, you.
We're nothing if not thorough, I think. Like,
On that note, by the way, of regarding moving on, does Anghel still intend to go visit the village over the river to solve that one argument?
No, I think we said that he gave up on that because something else happened.
I don't think.
Oh, the healing happened.
Okay. I don't think we addressed it one way or another, but sure, good to know.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like thinking about it, and then I was like, oh wait, now he's preoccupied with something else.
Okay.
yeah.
I think.
Noted. Okay, noted. What else? Yeah, you now have another companion, a runaway slave.
Yes, probably not for very long though. I feel like
If it's gonna be anything like Jean,
okay.
Well, Jean had delusions of grandeur and believed himself to be a hero. This guy knows
probably
he's a
doesn't.
Yeah, he knows he's a slave, and he said the reason he ran away from his previous places was because they beat him. If you treat him nice, he'll continue being your slave.
Yeah, I don't want him to be our. Yeah, I don't want him to be our slave for very long. Personally, I don't want to like let him go straight away and be like, "Oh, do what you want," because he might like immediately
Yeah,
get
he doesn't
killed.
know. Yeah, he doesn't know like how to not be a slave, kind of. Like. I think.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, if he's like been one his whole life, I imagine he probably like assuming that he has been. I imagine he probably doesn't.
Like I think that people will kind of see it on him or something, and will.
Maybe. You're right.
There are free people of his ethnicity, so it's not out of the question, but they're definitely
And not in
minority.
terms of like physical look, just by the way he acts, maybe.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. Fish out of water.
Sure, though I would say people of his ethnicity in general are like sort of taught from birth to like act subservient, if that makes sense. As messed up as
Okay.
it sounds.
Okay, so we can just release him into the wild. It's gonna be fine.
No, we can't. We gotta give him a pat lunch or something at least, like before we set him free. Like,
Okay.
do you know what I mean? We gotta do
Sure.
something.
Sure. We'll deal with that when we deal with that, I guess.
Yeah.
And now those two constables will be dead. Muninn will be the only one who knows it.
Yeah.
I do wonder.
Along with everything else.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. Yeah. Sorry.
I was just gonna ponder what Illona and Anghel would think of that.
Anghel would not be. I'm just glad that he doesn't need to know it, for now, at least.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to deal with that.
And he may never know.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like likely, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like Muninn.
Not that he liked these people or anything, but I think he just doesn't like the idea of murder too much.
Yeah.
It's a serious subject, not to downplay murder.
Yeah. I feel like obviously Muninn's never gonna say anything. So I feel like if Anghel does find out, it would be through some other form or means. Same with Illona, I imagine.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm just glad, honestly, that morally Anghel doesn't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Because he was really annoyed by them too, like. So in a part of him, I think he would be like, just whatever, fuck them, kind of.
Right.
They
I
were
think that's a good.
they were mean to Joseph, and I imagine Anghel does not want people to be mean to Joseph. Only he can be mean to Joseph.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Well, looking forward to seeing, I guess, Ashen's position on you getting yourselves a new companion and what that means and all that.
Yeah.
A new pet. We haven't had a pet in a while. I mean, like, Ophelia doesn't feel like a pet. Even though we've been hanging out.
It
with
feels
her.
I feel like we're
yeah.
yeah, we had the same thought, Teeironor. Like, feels like the other way around.
Yeah.
Well, do you count Rebob as a pet? I don't know.
He is a good boy, but he's not fat. Like he's kind of like a
I mean, he belongs
badass.
to Ophelia too much, I think, to be our pet. But, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I guess we'll see what happens, to say the least. And now Angel's on the quest to retrieve the horse's ring. That will be interesting, and I will say now, using the ring will be something very, very difficult for me, because its effects like alter stuff that is on screen, and I can't do that live, if that makes sense.
Oh. Okay.
Huh.
I mean, I could have chosen the saddle, but it was the longer way around.
Yeah.
Okay.
It definitely would have been a detour.
Is it some kind of glamour? You don't have to answer that. I'm just wondering.
What do you
Some
mean?
kind of- like the ring effects.
Oh, I will say, again, it would require me to change stuff that is happening on screen. So I guess think more physical appearances and stuff like that.
Okay, it sounds cool.
But I will say you're not thinking of what it actually does, and I don't think you have a way to realize what it actually does. So don't worry.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried. I was just wondering. Okay. So, like, do you have any idea how you would do it? Like, would you have to prepare, like, different maps or something?
It would just mean, like, next session I'd show up and say, hey, look, here's how the thing changed.
Oh, okay. I get it. Okay.
I literally cannot do it live.
Okay.
We'll see. Be awkward, but it will be interesting to say the least. Oh, I know what I'll do. Yeah, okay. I found a temporary solution. Okay. Moving on. Yeah, I think that's more or less what happened today. Unless there's any other thoughts you guys would like to share before we go into our shoutouts.
No.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well then, dear viewers, as usual, thank you for watching and listening to us. Check out Ashen, as always. She does lovely work. I don't believe she accepts commissions anymore at this point, but she may in the future. And nevertheless, check out her Instagram for her artwork. Then, dice say we're going slightly reverse alphabetical, meaning I would ask Show&Tell first to go ahead and talk about herself and what she is doing. Could you please go ahead, Show&Tell?
Yes, I forgot to turn it on again. I'm Show&Tell, and I have a few, like 2 YouTube channels for reactions that you can check out, or my Patreon. Yeah, I talk a lot about shows. If you're interested in that.
She means it in a good way. I can attest to that. Thank you very, very much, Show&Tell. And then, of course, we would have Dely. Could you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you are doing?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. I am Dely, a Goblin VTuber on Twitch.tv. At the moment, you can find me over there on the magic link that you can see on screen, as well as my Twitter and Discord server and everything like that. At the moment, to be honest, I'm on a bit of a hiatus due to being very poorly, very sick, among other things. But I mean, obviously, you can find me on. I feel like the best place to find me is the Discord server, and then Twitter, and then Twitch. And in the future, drum roll, I'm going to be rebranding, and I'm not going to be a goblin anymore. I'm going to be a mushroom-themed wizard. So that's going to be pretty cool. If you want to see that happen, I'd love to say hi to you, and you say hi to me.
Nice. Yeah. Do check Deli out. I look forward to your rebrand and to you returning from your hiatus. Yeah, and go to the Discord server, as Deli said. Thank you very much, Deli. As for me, dear viewers, I was your dungeon master, game master Teeironor. I do this series. It's a lot of fun. I also do another series set in the Warcraft universe, unfortunately, with a different group of lovely people. It airs on Saturdays. They are also heading towards a milestone, I think, at this point, by the time you're watching this video. Yeah, check that out when it comes out. Other than that, thank you, dear viewers, for watching and listening to us. Should be back next week, but I'll let you all know on Twitter and Blue Sky if for whatever reason we have to delay the episode. But we'll see you when we'll see you. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.